Was it Runa? I told him, Kiz, that one of our party members has decided to remove all the hair from the top of their head, so I'm having them guess who. Wait, Kiz, did you cut your hair? When did you do that? Was it weeks ago? It was not 7 sessions ago. No, I feel like just yesterday she was like, should I have short hair again or something like that? There's no shot. Right for Halloween. Oh, well then I probably didn't notice because you were Runa and not Kiz. And then I just didn't notice from then on. Just out of principle. Yeah, it is a lot shorter. Session before Halloween, everyone was saying how nice their haircut was. Fuck, did I say how nice it was? No, you didn't. Well... You know, sometimes what's interesting is that you see... By the way, just a note, I'm like 99% sure that tonight's gonna be a tonight's gonna be a shopping episode. just get prepared for a shopping episode, everybody. Let's go. It was between Shopping Mall and Let's Go to the Mall. I couldn't pick which one.
Mother doth know not, father soul hath wrought, with the savest lot, sins and act most unholy. Blessed maiden fair, to be bequeathed to a lord such as thee. Her heart would rend if thine acts be hers to see. Transgressions vile, I near shall repeat. Evil, evil man, thy nature known be wide across thy land. 100 whispered tales afflict thee with the damned, for thou hast failed to keep our holy Lord command. Mother doth know not, father soul hath wrought, with the savest lot, sins and act most unholy. In his chambers the temptress lies, and betwixt his
Father doth know that his dick is rot or whatever. Blah 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 blah. Oh, hi everyone. Oh, their faces are. Oops. Oops. Well. Hey, welcome everybody. Good to see you. How you guys doing tonight? Welcome, 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 welcome. Great to see you guys. Very happy to see our wonderful viewers here. Again, you may have missed it in the beginning, but we got a little bit of news, interesting news, and I just kind of want to know how you guys feel about it. Love that D&D Beyond shoots literal sunlight straight into your eyeballs when you have their tab open. So we have achieved affiliate. We've been offered affiliate. We can become affiliate on Twitch, which means subs, bits, channel points, predictions, polls, yada yada. We get access to the whole kit and caboodle. In exchange, ads are on the table, right? Ads are going to start playing. So I'm wondering how you guys feel about that. We've chosen at the moment to hold off, but I just kind of want to get a gauge from you guys. How would you guys feel about ads in exchange for those fun things? You know, what's the vibe? So let me know in chat if you guys can, or toss in a Discord, !Discord in chat, to get a link to that, and you know, let's know how you guys are feeling. Are there ads that don't stop us from watching and listening? No, obviously not. There's no way to schedule the ads unless we get partner. At which point I can only schedule them to happen like once an hour at best. I was gonna sub anyway, so it doesn't matter. I don't know. Yeah, just you know, let me know how you guys feel. It's an interesting problem to have. It's a wonderful problem to have, to be able to focus either on your viewers or on, you know, making a little bit of cash to put back into the stream. So you know, we'll see. But your guys' opinions do matter to me, so please let me know. And with that bit of info, we go to our players. Let's go say hi, everybody. This music is fucking loud. Is it, or am I just deaf? Howdy, howdy.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hi, friends.
Hello there.
Hello.
Welcome. Day 2 of our double day. First day, chili cook-off. Second day, fight with a platinum dragon. So I hope you guys are ready.
Sick.
I'm pretty sure the Tarrasque will take it out first.
Yeah. Or they team up.
Belgit can just poop on it.
We'll basically be like, you know, people on the streets in Godzilla versus
Fuck
whatever.
you. Is that a chili dog?
Yeah.
Chili for the second day.
You bitch.
Yeah, he just
What?
learned about them from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Now I want a goddamn chili dog, bro. Yeah, I had chat
You want us
guess at the beginning of stream which one of you would be showing up with no hair on the top of your head. And
I mean, that's an easy.
I don't know how they guessed it was you, Holden, but
I know, crazy.
yeah, he finally cut off that luscious mane he's been working on.
Psych.
I was me.
This is actually a cap.
We all take off our hair. We're all bald.
Yeah.
Look under
No,
your
it's all me,
And then
baby.
Holden pulls off his bald cap and reveals tons of hair.
He has all of our hair like taped to his head. Looks terrible.
He's got hair like Fabio. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Just not on my head. So
Well, who is doing the recap?
it's my
for-
calves.
It's your calves.
I'm still dead from
It's a
chili.
holiday week.
Sorry.
I just shit
Yeah,
myself.
Holiday week.
Can't do
You
it.
can't do it.
I'm not
It's
dead
still
from
holiday
chili, but
week.
I'm digesting the chili, so I can't possibly.
We're all super tired from the chili.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've only had 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah,
Well,
Mizuno's
that's-
still eating chili.
Eating enough. So which chili is that? Is it the Modron chili? Is it the Helveka's?
It's the classic dwarven, baby.
Shout out to Mizuno for a legitimate performance that I would expect if he were to die in real life, where he choked on his own burning lungs and then with his last dying breath tried to attack a woman. Very,
That's
very.
just when he picked up the chili dog from the restaurant today.
Eldris, bitch. Bro, that echoed in my fucking head as I slept last night.
It was great. It was absolutely fantastic.
Incredible series of chili related deaths. So let's have some fun tonight, and we'll do a quick recap for everybody. So we'll say a slight bye-bye to our players as we go back in time.
Slight
None of us
bye-bye.
will have no hair when we come back.
You all shave your heads. All right. Recap time. Welcome everybody. Our campaign takes place in the year 1369. I need to find a way to shorten the recap, so I'm going to attempt to do it here. Let me know what you think, okay? Campaign take place 1369. 6 people together, party, go to forest, trap. Forest big, no end. Go to town, bad plants. Bad plants, John Duke, no arm. Go Blunderville, there 2 year. Uh-oh, fire, bite, chili. We're good to go. Thoughts?
I
That was a
understood every word.
recap.
That's the best one I've heard all day.
Did you just call us thoughts? Rude a little bit, right?
Our campaign takes place in 1369, where our group of 6 tepid and, well, I guess 5 tepid adventurers and 1 dwarf end up making their way to the south of High Forest, where they find themselves trapped in a demi-plane. The entire southern half of the forest has been engulfed in what is like the back rooms of the woods, a never-ending series of trees. In the heart of the woods, they end up making their way to the first town they can find, known as Fievel, where the inhabitants have been overtaken by a body taker plant. This being just the first of the horrors they would encounter, they meet a man named Jean Duc, the leader of the Levensdoor, a band that operates out of the town of Blunderville. He, after being assisted by them, sends them to Blunderville, where they spend 2 years in the safety of the towns. However, they are all forced to join a gang in order to survive. After those 2 years, they reconvene, all of them for the first time since the break started. And they join with John Duke to come up with a sort of plan to get out. He sends them on a journey to find 4 trees, ancient trees that were planted at the inception of the forest itself, and act as a sort of failsafe should anything terrible happen. On their way to find one of these trees, they ended up in a town that was somewhat quarantined, and they were bitten, and some of them infected with the blood fever, a plague that causes those infected to slowly go crazy and flesh hungry after a certain number of days. They went to the church town known as Cardend, which is run by a group known as the Church of the Almighty, where they were offered a cure, and the cure for most of them did work, except for one, Sylvie, who has been infected with the plague for a long number of years. After getting cured, Sylvie had a bad episode and ended up running away from town, where the group followed her and they were attacked by another leader of some of the bands of Blunderville, Fabius Fournier, due to a bounty on one of their heads. They ended up making it back in town and avoiding Fabius, where they were the judges in a chili cook-off, which is probably the most important session we've ever had. If you missed it, there's a lot of deep lore there. Just really important.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah, you gotta go watch it. I can't really recap much. But it ended with 5 of them incapacitated from too much chili or too spicy a chili. And Trell being the only one still standing, however, with a very bad tummy ache. That is the last thing you guys remember, as all of you end up getting the chili sweats and pass out for the day, waking up in the morning the next day in the inn. Trell, you would remember that you ran to see your friends who were being tended at the church. It was touch and go for a minute. They did have to resuscitate Belgut twice. He lost a lot of fluids.
Very dehydrated.
Mizuno did, or Barris did legitimately die. They had to cast a 8th level true resurrection spell on him to bring him back. But
Fortunately, his body is exactly the same, right?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, but everyone did get the chili sweats. And you offered to pay with the winnings for their rooms again tonight. So just take 2 gold out of there. Sorry,
Yeah,
Trell.
I mean, thanks for forcing that out. No, I would have anyway.
You're just the only one awake.
You said that was how much gold?
2 gold.
2 gold.
They were a bit kind to you. They're not going to charge you for the medical expenses. What is
Does
this,
that include
America? Am I right? What'd you say?
It was.
Does that include the room with the bath?
Sure. Do you want that
Cool.
one?
Yeah, I'm taking that one, and while everyone else is passed out, having a nice relaxed day, spa day before I fall asleep.
Didn't we have 2 rooms with baths?
They have
I
2 rooms
remember-
with baths. You guys didn't want to
Hmm.
spring for the second bathroom. Trell, do you end up springing for the second bathroom?
Belgut and I didn't go back to our bath.
Yeah, I guess I will.
Okay, you get both bathrooms. So the
I
bathrooms
feel like
have
if there was a night we needed, it was probably this one.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to share the bathroom with Belgut this time.
yeah. Belgut's bath is a deep brown.
Can we just bring the pots of chili and fill the tub up with it and just slide into the chili?
Ooh, no.
You don't want to do that with some of those chilies, man.
Ooh, ghost pepper.
So everyone, the 5 of you end up sleeping through the night. At some point, I'm sure you wake up, stumble to the bathroom where you spend 30 to 45 minutes just having the fight of your life, and then end up coming back. I'll say you all kind of get freshened up. You know, the effects of the chili cook-off have waned. The long rest has been taken, so unfortunately, those of you who did try the ancient chili do lose your bonus to history checks.
I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Damn.
What the hell are you guys rolling? Oh,
I rolled my wisdom check.
that's right. That's right.
Oh.
I wasted
good, good history check.
Didn't even need
History of chili.
advantage.
What do you want to check out?
Oh, now is that the history of that particular bathroom that you're spending most of your time in?
Yeah, I want to understand the history of the toilet seat.
Sylvia, I do see your roll.
Oh.
It's not
Which isn't
great.
bad. It isn't bad. You're just a little bit grumpy today. But,
Yeah.
you know. Your tea should help, by the way.
I don't have any tea.
Oh, are you out?
Yeah, it didn't.
I used it all in those first few
she-
days in Blunderville.
Just as a
She
note,
couldn't get any on the way out. She asked about it,
Oh,
and they were
fuck,
like,
you're
"Oh,
right.
we don't have that. We're out. It's all right now."
Why would they say that? Whose decision
Why would they
Yeah,
say
could
that?
have
Horrible
possibly
decision.
been?
Why would they say that?
No. This is a full town, Cardend, with a full set of shops. So I'm sure you'll find an apothecary somewhere. That's my statement. I cannot get rid of these things we drew on the map. I've tried so much, so they're just
Have
there
you
forever
clicked
now.
on the red. Like click
They're
on
just
the red,
stuck there.
and it should select it. And then if you hit the delete button on your keyboard, it should make it go away.
It didn't work.
Is it on a different layer?
Oh.
Yeah, it might be on a different layer.
Oh, it is.
You're welcome.
Oh, you're so smart, Sylvie. Yay! Yay, Sylvie! All right. So, you guys have the whole town of Cardent to yourselves to visit. I have no notes. I have no direction. Your sleeping
there's no
arrangements. Well, you know what? Why don't you go straight to hell?
I have a question.
Yes.
Can you circle the mole on the map in red?
Go
for
fuck
me?
yourself.
The mole is the one that's over there. Yeah. That one with the floopy sidewalk.
Yeah.
And you mill about in it.
sidewalk.
Loopy.
You mull about in the mole.
And where are we staying in town?
I'm not
I'm
100%
at the
sure
inn.
on
My
that.
token is at the inn.
Maybe
Is
this,
it
maybe
an
this will
arrow.
help.
right there?
An arrow, yeah. That's much better.
I'm glad you circled those. I never would have found them otherwise.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad I can help. All right. I'll say sleeping arrangements are as usual, unless you guys would like to change it. Bareth and Wilrick in one room, Trell and Sylvie in the other, and then Runa and Belgit, because that happened somehow. Runa and Belgit,
Best friends.
do you hook up? Is there what's the
Yeah,
Not
we do.
after
Oh, you
fucking
meant.
chilly night. No.
Oh God.
It wasn't. No, it was not after Chilly Night, which is interesting.
I'm just saying.
I'm
I
still
don't know
shipping
what
it.
I think we can safely assume there was no hooking up after the chili cook-off.
So take it away, guys. Whatever you end up wanting to do. We'll start with let's go the Runa and Belgit room.
I gotta get some fresh air. I'm gonna go outside. Are you you doing okay, buddy? Do you need me to bring you back some whatever they
No.
have in this era that is equivalent to Pepto-Bismol?
No.
Pink potion.
I think it'd be like magnesium, milk of magnesium or something like that.
I think
Milk
that's
magnesia?
what it is, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
It
milk
is.
magnesia.
It's actually
I just didn't know
pink
if they even have
bismuth.
that.
It's,
Pink Bismuth. Yeah,
No,
you're
no.
right, okay.
Is that real?
Yo, that's
It's
real.
bismuth.
You're
Yeah,
right.
it's
That's why
bismuth.
it's called that.
Yeah.
All right, go find some pink bismuth.
I've
least I
made
know.
Pepto-Bismol in a chemistry set before. It's actually relatively simple. So
You've made it as in Wilrick has made it, or you've made it as in Halden,
No,
the
like
human being.
Halden.
Halden, the human being, has made Pepto-Bismol before.
That's cool.
So, anyway.
Anyway,
That's
pink,
fun.
Pink
Golden,
bismuth.
the science guy.
I made a volcano one.
Made a volcano.
Oh, Belkin
Sorry.
also made a volcano too.
That's really cool.
Yeah, out of his ass.
Pepto-Bismol.
I'm the volcano.
Oh God. Okay, Runa's leaving the room. Belgit, I'm gonna go visit the mall or mill or whatever they call it in this town. See if there's anything.
Okay, give me 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna go see if anybody else is ready.
He's already
No,
asleep.
Runa will. Yeah. I assume he's in the bathroom.
It could be both.
You're hearing the noises, but he's not in there.
I'm gonna throw it out there that
Yeah.
the inns you guys will be staying at for the most part aren't gonna have an ensuite. There is like a communal bathroom you leave your room to go use.
Oh, the poor inn. Okay.
I like that Runa doesn't.
Yeah, Runa assumes it's a closet. She's assumed it was the ensuite the whole time.
Yeah, I just haven't had to go yet. I just assumed that was the bathroom.
It's the bathroom in that Belgit has been going in there to take shits, but
The wood slat flooring, and we're on the second floor.
Rune is not usually up first.
There's a bucket. It's fine.
So she'll, get dressed, gather her stuff up, and walk down to the next room, which I believe is Wilrick and Bareth. Knock on the door and see if they're there.
Knock, knock, knock.
Sorry.
Jesus, whoa. Did you do that with your mouth?
Yeah.
I get up and open the door. Good morning.
How does their room smell? Like lavender stones?
Yeah. Like a Glade plugin.
I've touched every object in there that can be converted to giving off odors. Yeah.
I'm gonna go visit the mall/mill/mall/mall/mole. See if there's anything worth getting over there. Because I gotta get out of here. I gotta get some fresh air. I can't be near Belgit in an enclosed space anymore.
That makes sense. We're a couple rooms down, and I need to get out too because Belgit. So yeah. I wanted to get some stuff. Bareth, are you? How are you doing? So he's fine.
Okay.
I
was
For all this.
Yeah.
Market sounds good.
What sounds good?
It sounds good.
He'll be fine. We'll pick up some horse dewormer and he'll get better right away.
I was hoping maybe, Wilrick, that you could.
Wait a minute. Why do you mean horse dewormer?
Wilrick equips his red hat.
Make Cardin great again.
Oh no. Speaking of which, I was hoping maybe you could brew up some healing potions since I'm always dying.
Yeah, I was that was one of the things I wanted to check out today. If we're going to have a kind of a little bit of a day of burning off the chilly sweats, I might brew some stuff up today. So I want to check that out when we're at the mall.
Okay. Can I ask you one more favor, Wilrick?
You can ask.
Well, my jacket got kind of burned yesterday, and normally I would just go buy a new one. But Mary picked out this jacket for me, and I think you can mend things. Would you be able to mend some of the tears?
Actually, Trell is better at that than I am.
Okay.
Right now.
Gotcha.
If it got burnt, you can't mend it. You need all the pieces to still be together.
Yeah.
Ow. Okay, well then, can it be canon that it just didn't get that badly burned that I can still wear it?
You can find a tailor. There are clothiers.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone could probably patch it back up. But mending just if you have something that was cut, it will fuse them back to the edges back together.
Okay.
I'm ready.
What was that, Bareth?
I said, okay, I'm ready.
I think he's dying.
We all are, but he's speed running it. So let's see. Have you talked to Trell or Sylvie? I assume you talked to Belgit.
Yeah. Belgit said he needed 5 minutes. I have a feeling he might need a little longer.
Okay.
I assume Trell and Sylvie have been up for hours.
Well, good enough assumption for me. It's we'll see him, right?
Let's go check down at the breakfast.
You look out
Let's
the
see.
window, Sylvie's
Sure.
running out of town again.
Forget it. We're not going this time.
If it's meant to be, she'll come back. Just let her go.
She's on her own. Peony's out there.
If we love her, set her free.
Which is really easy 'cause she moves a lot faster than we do.
And if she eats someone, claim nothing.
What's your range on Eldritch Blast?
Speaking of
Barrow?
Trell and Sylvie,
Long.
Mhm.
I'm assuming you guys were up quite before Ruda.
Oh, yeah.
What have you guys been doing during this?
Trell probably would have waited for Sylvie to wake up, and then been like, "Hey, wanna go get some breakfast?"
You think Trell would be up before Sylvie?
That's true.
Well,
Yeah.
Sylvie did go down due to chilly sweats last night.
Did.
Yeah,
I think-
but she's had so much sleep over the last
That's true.
48 hours.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I guess then when
Uh,
Trell wakes up at the crack of dawn, is Sylvie still in the room?
Yeah, she's dead meditating on the floor. She legitimately looks dead, and it doesn't look like she's breathing.
Trell, like, you're just like laying down, or you're sitting?
She's laying on the floor.
Trell's
Haven't you seen
gonna be
Hero
like,
Forge?
oh yeah. Trell's gonna wake up, look down at Sylvie, and go, and just immediately like start like shaking her and be like, "Sylvie, Sylvie, you."
I'm fine.
Heart attack. You just do that? Why?
It's how I
Looks
control
really-
myself.
Oh, did I mess it up?
No. Let's go eat.
Okay. Yeah, let's go get breakfast. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, I didn't know it was like that.
One
yeah,
second. And Sylvie's gonna rummage through her bag and pull out a teacup that's got blood splatters all over it, like dried, crusty blood splatters, and it's also chipped. And she's gonna be like, "All right, I'm ready. Let's go."
I can probably wash that for you.
Let's go.
Okay, yeah, let's go. We'll get some coffee or tea or something for you. Yeah. And she's gonna, like, get basically out of whatever pajama types thing she slept in and let's go down to breakfast.
The owner of the tavern, the Cuppeth Runneth Inn and Tavern that you guys are staying at, Dorian Holden, who you've met a couple times, is busy behind the bar, cooking up what smells like eggs and various pork-based meats. There's a plate as you come down the stairs. They're just kind of on the bar, with a little sign that says, "Feel free to take one," and it has a bunch of different slices of bread that have been lightly toasted. He notices you guys come down and says, "Oh, hey there. Good sleep, huh? Our VIPs, very important people who eat chili."
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it was probably the best I've slept in a long time. It was very filling, very nice. I'd use something a little lighter for breakfast this morning, and she is going to take one of the pieces of toast.
That's 8 gold. Just kidding. Little joke there, because it says it's free. Yeah, go ahead, take a seat. It's 5 silver for 2 of you, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 5 silver each. We got a full meat, full English they call it. I don't know what English is. Who would full cotton breakfast? There we
Full
go.
common.
Yeah, full common. Yeah, you did end up missing it last night. We had a huge party. Yeah. There's drinking, merriment.
There was a lot of making sure they weren't dead and trying not to feel like I was dying. It was good, don't get me wrong. It was good, but ooh, I think everyone's alive.
I can get you a plate, love. You just go sit and I'll be right there, I promise. You don't have to stop. You look like an orphan. It's freaking me out. You did miss it
she's
though.
got the teacup.
The witch, Helveka, she drew a card from the deck of many things. It was a big old event. We all watched it happen. It was crazy.
Just a card?
That was the prize, if you remember from yesterday when we did the stream.
I thought it was just a deck of cards that someone got.
Oh, you don't know what the deck of many things is? Oh.
Do you know what it is, Sylvie?
No, I want tea.
Right,
Yeah,
it's
can we
all
get her
right.
some tea?
Not important. Yes, tea for you, any type. I've got Earl Grey.
Chamomile.
Sure, yeah, I'm sure that exists here. Yeah, chamomile tea, and you?
Oh, I'll just have actually, yeah, chamomile tea sounds good. Let's try that.
All right, 2 chamomiles. I'm gonna go find out what herb that is. All right, go ahead and sit, and I'll bring you meat and whatever. Do.
It's a chill tea.
I guess he makes chamomile tea. That's probably something they would have around. Sure,
Probably.
maybe. Yeah. You guys had me invent coffee to go, so tea isn't too far out of the realm. Once you guys get your teas brought to you and pay up your 5 silver each for breakfast, down the stairs comes Bearith, Wilrick, and Runa in tow. Hey there. Have a good night's sleep.
Oh, yeah, I slept like 16 hours. Probably should have gotten up to go to the bathroom at some point, but, you know.
Well, I'll send someone up to change your seats. Food, yeah? All 3 of you?
Yeah.
Breakfast?
Yeah, that'll cut through the chili.
No. Runa looks like she's gonna throw up. She takes a piece of bread and puts it in her pocket. No, thank you. For later.
Pocket bread.
Pocket.
Love that pocket bread.
Pocket bread.
He notices you then goes, all right. And you, sir?
It was buttered.
My deviled friend?
It was.
Coffee, right. And breakfast? Just nod your head yes or no. You nodded. All right. Coffee and breakfast. And you too, Mr. Wilrick?
Yeah, sounds great. Give me the full common.
Perfect. Full common. I'll be for 5 each, silvers. And I'll get right to that.
All right.
Go have a seat wherever you like with your friends. If they're not your friends, you know, another table, I suppose. And he goes back to start making the rest of your breakfast.
Trell for sure is waving at you guys with a big smile.
Sylvie sniffs her tea and pours it from whatever cup he gives it to her into her teacup, and then shoves that cup far away and starts explaining chamomile is good for stomach troubles and for harsh feelings, anxiety.
Oh.
Maybe I should get some tea. How are you guys eating?
I mean, it's been like half a day. I mean, one of you guys can have the meat if you want. I don't want the meat. I'm gonna take the rest of everything. Is he okay? Is he dying?
No.
Do you need like a healing spell or something?
Probably.
Like yesterday's chili, it's a little hoarse.
Oh my god.
Trell doesn't react the way I did. She just stares blankly and is like, oh, okay.
As Mr. Belgit finally comes down. I'm assuming you're coming down from your room at this point, Belgit, but you can let me know if you're not.
Yeah, he's gonna be stomping down.
as Belgit stomps down the stairs, Dorian does take a moment to notice him. Say, oh, Mr. Belgit, yeah, the dwarven man from yesterday, Old Heart, he left you a bit of a gift when you woke up. Said he really appreciated the way you judged his chili. And he pulls out, it's just the leg of a goat. wrapped in papers and tied with string.
Cool. All
He
right.
said he had some leftovers, so he wanted you to have this.
Okay.
I'll just hand it to you now. There you go. There's your leg of goat. We got a full continental breakfast here, meats and eggs if you're hungry.
I think I'm just gonna eat this goat.
Would you like me to cook it for you, or
It's fucking raw.
I mean, you might as well cook it. Yeah, more than me.
all right, you can give me back the goat leg then. 3 silvers, I guess. You know, cook this big thing up.
Sure, he'll give you 5.
Thank you. My first tip. The rest of your friends are fucking cheap. All right. Let me...
I didn't know Cardin was a tipping society.
Yeah, you wouldn't, would you? You didn't even ask.
They should get paid a fair wage.
Hey, I
universal
tipped
health
when
care. Why would
that
we think they
waiter let us take fruit up for you.
Oh, you did
Or
tip.
nuts. It was nuts.
You're right. My bad. I rescind the joke. Oh, you tipped like your other friend, who was also generous. And I get paid a fair, reasonable amount, so don't worry about it. About 15 minutes pass as you, in the back, see Dorian in a very strange way try to figure out how to cook the leg on what is a pan for breakfast meats. He eventually just places it on the fire and just watches it for a bit. And after those 15 minutes, your cooked leg of goat and eggs are delivered to your table, Belgit. And during that time, you guys can talk about whatever you'd like at the moment.
So in between bites of toast, Charles gonna be like, so you know that you guys since we got paid for the you got paid, you know, right? You know that, right? Or were you too busy dying?
I was dead at the time.
Yeah, you guys feeling better?
Not really.
I'm feeling
Hey,
pretty good.
Well,
I
anyway,
mean, that's a
and she's
very
just
deep
gonna-
question, but no.
Yeah.
She's gonna start divvying up the gold pieces to you guys as she's eating with one hand, and then just kind of like one for you, and just keep going around. It's gonna take a while.
One at a time? There were 600 pieces.
They were just
I mean-
all in one bag, though. It's
Earl seems that dumb to me.
yeah. That's how you know that everyone gets the same amount.
Ulrich starts
Runa-
stacking them up to compare
Runa is
Dax
dying.
like chip counting.
To take
'Cause-
the bag from Trell.
Okay, Trell, just so I know,
One,
round robin,
one.
who do you start with giving out gold? Start at you,
Whoever
or do you
is
start
sitting
at...
on. No, she's gonna do herself last.
Okay,
So whoever's on her right,
okay, who's on your left?
whoever that may be.
What's up? Who's on your
Uh-huh.
right isn't important. Who's on your left? I'm assuming you'll
Well,
be
which-
sitting next to Sylvie. So it's either
Yeah,
Sylvie
yeah.
or it's someone else.
It's up to them.
Belgit.
Okay, Belgit and Trell, you get 99 gold because there's only 598 gold pieces left. Everyone else gets 100.
Trell does not notice, and she probably wouldn't care. It's up to Belgit whether or not he notices.
How many times does Trell have to start over because she lost count?
1 gold. It's fine.
So that the full brain cell is concentrating on that, so it's probably okay.
Oh, thank
Runa
you.
watches
Just,
this
Thank you
with,
for
like,
sharing the winnings.
knowing she could divvy up gold much faster because she's used to handling large amounts, but also feeling a little strange at being given gold by someone else instead of doing the giving.
Oh, is Runa normally the giver?
Runa just has money. She's usually not given it. Yeah.
Yeah, Runa's a sugar mama.
By the time that Trell's about halfway through the gold, your food arrives. Belgit. Anything else?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was a pleasure to cook. I just put it on the fire, and when it looked like it wasn't burning, but also not raw, I took it off. So, I take no credit or responsibility for how good it may or may not be. Any plans for you guys today?
We're going to the mall.
79,
Hey,
80, 80.
You're
80.
going to the mall. Isn't that
Yeah,
great?
Can you tell us about the mall?
Of course I can. So couple years back, one of the architects in town thought, might be a good idea to have a small place, right? An enclosed area where we could put a bunch of shops and people could just mull about, right, inside of it to get from one shop to another. And then eventually they could do all their shopping in one trip and then just head right home. But they could also get a little bit of food. They could relax and hang out with their friends. In fact, some of our older members of the community will go early in the morning before the mall officially opens, and they'll walk around just in circles, like pigeons.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, very strange. They call it mulling.
Are there any like casinos or anything like that in there?
We don't really believe in gambling all too much.
Okay.
If you're interested in that, the Talon Lodge is probably your best bet. Although that's members
Okay.
only.
Okay.
Did you
I think I
also
heard of that place.
build the mill for people to mill around it?
No, see, what a mill does is it mills grains into finer bits. That's why it's called a mill. A mull is you mull about in the mull.
What's a well?
Well, that's
89,
Not this time, 12.
89,
Yeah.
89, 89, 90, 90.
Where is the mill at? During yesterday's chili cook-off, there was a gnome who said he was worked by the mill, not the
Right.
mall. but
Let's
the mill.
imagine that I had a map in front of me, right? And I had a red pen,
Hypothetically.
and I could draw a red circle around it. It'd be right about there.
Okay,
But
Oh,
it is
at the end of this road on the right. Got it.
yeah.
Near the mall. Near the mall,
If you head
Ken.
down to the mall, next to the mall is the Talon Lodge. You'll know it's got big old honking large.
Honking?
Yeah, big old honking. Bloody huge magpie statues in the front, right? No, it's got big old raven statues in the front. Looks all gothic, creepy, right? Across from that directly, you'll see an old out of work mill. It's got the big water wheel and everything. Hard to miss.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Of course. Any other questions for our wonderful VIP WECs?
Apothecary.
Apothecary, I believe that's in the mall. Yeah, I think it is in the mall. Let me think about it. Is that where it is?
It's so interesting when you get to mull over the mall.
Yeah, I'm mulling over it for a second. Where the fuck is the
Almost like
apothecary?
someone milling through a.
Yeah, actually, let's all take a moment to think about where the apothecary is. Yeah, it's in the mall.
Is there also a tailor in the mall? Not a person, a profession?
Let me think about that as well.
Second
yes,
tailor?
actually, yes, the tailor is in the mall.
Fantastic.
I can tell you the rest of the shops in the mall if you'd like me to.
Is there a sharper image?
Yeah, well, it's a Brookstone, but
Oh no. We'll just go and
topic.
visit
Forget
each and
about it.
every single one.
there's the apothecary. There is the apothecary, which is called the Herbaceous Hovel, and that is run Herbaceous Hovel. That's run by Isabella Helmrich. And then we have the clothing store, which is known as Purity's Attire. That's run by one of the samurais. I believe you've had the pleasure of meeting them previously, yes? Lucas, the
They made the chili.
the brother
Yeah,
and sister.
chili?
Yeah,
Okay.
he made the smoked brisket chili.
And she made the squid chili.
Squid ink, disgusting,
Yep.
gross, ew.
I loved it.
Speaking of the Miriam, who's the man who made the ink chili, her shop is also in the mall. It is a bookstore called it's called the Faithful's Forge. Pretty nice bookstore there. I'm trying to remember what else is in there. There is also the Bowers Brew, which is a brewery. If you'd like to try any ales in the area. Hollowed Relics, the Curiosity Shop, where there's any number of interesting items. The gentleman who lent the Deck of Many Things was actually from there. That's his shop. And then there's the Sermon Sip, which is a tea house. Tea and a lunch. That's near. We kind of put the brewery and the tea house next to each other. We call it a food court because that's where you could court someone to go get food.
Is there a Cinnabon?
we're in talks.
100, 100, 100, 1. Oh, Belgit. Oh, no, and she's gonna take a coin out of her own pouch and 100. Okay.
Aw.
Girl just assumes she miscounted.
That's funny.
We do have a couple other places in town if you'd like to know about them, but anything you can think of.
I'd be curious about armor and smithing and that kind of stuff. If there's...
Yes, Gideon Oldheart. You met him. He was the dwarven gentleman, the very rich chili. Owner of the Alms and Arms. All these are great names, I know. Thanks, guys.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Good names, good names.
Good names.
There's also Tobias Michaud, who had that disgusting gumbo. Not even a chili.
Not a chili. Not a chili.
He runs the Pious Provisions, where you can get any manner of, like a general store, so supplies, basic knickknacks and all that. And there is, I believe that's it. There's a couple major buildings in town, but most of the stores are actually over by the mall.
Sounds good.
Where is Sudoku?
Sudoku? We do crosswords.
What was the guy's name with the deck of inner
Soto.
Soto?
Soto's in the mall. Soto's in the mall with the that's the hollowed relics.
Hollowed relics. That's
I will really quickly just mark.
Sure.
So the dark green is going to be the blacksmith. So that's the alms and. Can you see that properly?
I don't see a
Oh.
circle.
know what
It
we're
was.
marking.
I did a square.
where?
It's
Oh,
not.
I see it. I see it.
Okay. That's the alms.
I was
and
looking
arms.
for a red circle,
And then
Oh.
this is Pious Provisions, which is the general store. And then anything else here are just random other stores where you might get food and stuff like that.
And Talon's Lodge is the big building that looks like it has a cross on top.
Yes, Talon's Lodge is that one, the large building.
Yeah.
Also of note, this is the storehouse, where they just store a bunch of their goods. If you want to do like some sort of, and the guy's saying this as he's marking a map that he's handed to you, which makes more sense for him to do. So Dorian puts a map in front of
Want
you
to do
guys.
some sort of crime?
Yeah, he's like, if you want to do some sort of
heist.
not Ocean's 11 type heist, this would be the best place. There's also, we have an outdoor market where you might find any sort of knick-knack, Chotsky, collectibles, something that might be rare. if you're looking for that, it's actually right outside the mall. We call it the outdoor mall. And that would be right there.
Oh, we gotta go.
They
to
have
that,
Yu-Gi-Oh
guys.
card?
Yeah, we actually it's kind of in a line like a strip, so we call it a strip mall. Anyway.
Yes.
There was one of those in the Downers, but it was different.
If there's anything else I can help you with, do let me know.
Sounds good. Thank you. Very
course.
helpful.
Of course, happy to help. And thanks again for rating my chili as well as you did. I didn't win, but you know, always next year. Any notes, by the way? I was thinking about using mozzarella cheese instead of Parmesan.
Which chili was yours again?
One of the first ones.
The Holden House chili.
Yep.
Gotcha.
The Holden
I see
House zesty chili.
It had rabbit
With the lime and the lemon, yeah.
Oh, that's right. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the soupy chili.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't think I ate that one.
As a reminder.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that
was
one
the
went to the
tops
tops.
that ate it. Ground rabbit, catalani beans, feta cheese, zest.
That was it. I
lots
didn't use
of
Parmesan. I
zest,
used feta. Thank you.
feta.
Yeah, I don't like
and-
feta, so I noticed on that one.
Oh, so no feta. We're against the feta. No feta is better. Huh?
Make it thicker, like an actual chili.
Noted. I'll add some flour. Kind of do a roux. Yeah.
Bareth, do you want some tea? It actually really kind of helps a little bit.
Gary.
What was the come again?
He's looking for Gary.
Gary.
He said I think he said he loves Gary.
Gary.
Is Gary a kind of tea?
I know, he wants to go to the Dairy Queen / Orange Julius.
Also in the mall.
Really? The one in Blunderville closed.
Oh, yes, apothecary. Oh, he's saying apothecary.
That's in the mall.
Oh.
All right. Well,
Herbaceous hovel, right?
yep. This bit
No, I
has
think
gone on
he's
too
saying
long.
Dairy Queen.
Yeah. Let's get moving. I'm done with breakfast.
Yeah, it was really good. It was let's go.
Okay. Let's
So,
go to
let's all
the
go
mall today.
On our way there, if we're all walking together, as we pass by the Alms and Arms, I'd like to step in there and see what they have. I'm specifically looking for. Currently, Wilrick's wearing some scale mail, and is looking for an upgrade in that department. So.
As you guys head out onto the street and head out of the Cuppeth Runneth, you notice that a lot of the townsfolk are at this point taking down all the decorations they've had up. So the chili signs are coming down and they're taking down the tent. There's a lot of hustle and bustle and just moving things out of where the chili cook-off was staged and taking it back to the storehouse. You do see a couple familiar faces that wave hi. The pastor sees you guys at one point when you're about like halfway down the road, kind of like let's say like right here.
Do I see any of the orphans who made that chili out and about?
Interestingly, when you saw the orphans, you haven't seen them in town. Besides Amalia, the one time you saw it, she's the only one that some of you would have seen.
Right.
Yeah, they're not really about. It might be like a children should be.
If I see them, they're getting the stink eye.
Yeah. I thought he might want to apologize.
Fuck them
Doubling
kids.
down.
Absolutely. But Whitman does notice you. He says, well, hey there. Now, I might be wrong, but I think I did see a couple of you tap out from that chili cook-off last night. How'd y'all sleep?
Painfully.
Pretty good. Slept for a long time. Your temporal chili was really good though.
Well, hey, I do have to say it does take a smattering of time to make. A bit of a temporal joke, you see there.
The herb?
All right. I gotta go. I gotta go continue taking down the tent. But if there's anything I can help you guys with, you sticking around town for a bit? You heading on out?
Shopping.
Shopping.
Yeah, doing some shopping. Where do you source your ingredients from? Some of those were really, really amazing.
Oh well, little bit of a town secret, but I'll let you in on a little something. There was an old trade route that came through here. A couple of ne'er-do-wells that weren't exactly the most upright, upstanding people. And while normally a town like us would not do any business with people like that, we do take our chili very seriously. We would buy just exotic goods that they might have that they were pushing through the forest, and we ended to we got enough kind of stacked up that after the past couple of years we still have a little bit left over, but y'all might have been the last ones to taste my temporal chili.
Well, I'm glad we made it in time.
Right. Okay.
Oh, time. Okay. I get it.
Yeah, a little bit of a double entendre there. Anything else I can help y'all with?
What?
Not
I'm
talking
good.
not
I'm
talking
good.
today. Okay.
Having less for the chili cook-up.
Of course, anything I can help you with. Y'all be good now. Thanks again for your gracious donation of time.
Where are you usually at?
Where am I usually at?
Like, do you have a shop or something around here?
Oh, I'll do the church.
He's the preacher.
I'm the
Oh, that's
preacher. The pastor.
That's right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean,
So
yeah, I do live.
I have face blindness. It's an issue.
No, it's all right. I got a little. They set me up a little house kind of near where the church is. If you're going on the right hand side, the eastern bridge up toward the church, I'm a bit off to the right there. You'll see a little path, kind of
Okay.
near a small bundle of trees over there. But if you need me, I'll be in the church pretty much all day, or helping take down the chili decorations.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Of course.
I just
Have a good
Start
day,
walking.
y'all.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. So we're walking
So-
to town.
We're walking.
Keep heading.
Walk-
You are outside the Alms and Arms, our wonderful store right here. If you want to put yourself there, Wilrick, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go there with Wolverine.
Yeah.
I don't like
Two
this.
will
Are we
on
going
my
to
map.
split the party, and I'll just have you guys running different things, or do you all want to go to the Alms and Arms for now?
Trell was gonna stop in there.
Okay. The first thing you do notice is there is a large dwarven forge in here, where a lot of the current forges are made of iron and different tempered metals, copper pipes. As Belgit can tell you, a dwarven forge, it's all stone, baby. 100% stone. You see this giant stone forge that's in the middle of this this building, dead in the center, that's pumping smoke up and out through a series of separate copper tubes in the ceiling. So when you're outside the shop, you actually see a bunch of different smokestacks, smaller smoke plumes coming out from the top of the shop. The bottom of the shop is adorned, like the lower half of the walls, like the trim, whatever that's called, is adorned in a different sets of different stones. So it starts with granite, and then there's a bit of slate, and then a bit of sandstone, and it kind of does that all the way in a circle around the shop. So it gives it a very earthy feel. The inside of the shop is adorned with a smattering of different grays and brown textures, a lot of rock, a lot of stone, and you notice that all of the tools that he's using are tools that you're not entirely familiar with. They look like normal hammers, but they all have a distinct dwarven flair. A lot of the hammers are flared at the tip. You know, the don't laugh, Wilrick.
It reminds him of a red dragonborn.
Usually flared at the base, but whatever.
A lot of the hammers are flared at the tip. Everything just has a more intricate and dwarven design to it. As you walk in, you do see Old Heart pushing as hard as he can down this giant billow that is feeding into this large fire in the center. And as you come in, he goes, "Oh, hey, hello there. Give me 1 second as I finish up, please." And you see as the fire is roaring, he reaches in with a pair of tongs and pulls out a white hot bit of metal that you see him place on top of a anvil. And he grabs his nearby flared tip hammer with also a flared base for protection, and he starts. How may I help you today?
There. I'm Wilbur Quabblebeak. You might remember I and Belgit and my other friends here were at the chili cook-off yesterday. I'm curious about. I currently have this scale mail, and it's kind of ruddy, worn down. I was looking for something maybe either a little lighter. That would be just a breastplate, or possibly a. It would be heavier, I know, but half plate even might be good. I don't want something too heavy. I want something that's still kind of in the medium weight kind of ranges, and I was wondering what you have.
Yes. Give me a moment. Anything else? Anything else you guys might be on the lookout for?
I assume this is all metalwork, so there's no like leather armor or anything like that.
I do have a smattering of non-metal gear. And he gestures towards the wall where you see a good amount of different studded leathers, normal leather gear, hide armor. It's not a huge selection, but there is a bit if you're looking for that in particular.
Is there any that has that kind of that +1 about it?
That would be a magical item you're looking for.
Yeah.
Which you could ask him if there's any.
Do you have anything like it's getting a bit worn. It does its job, but anything maybe a little fancier, perhaps?
Give me a moment to finish setting this.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone else looking for anything in particular?
Yeah, just anything magic, really.
Right, enchanted. Let me see what I might have around here. And with one final blow, as the sparks come flying off, you see him look at it and says, "Yes," as he puts it back over the flame. Sorry for that. Long workday ahead of me. All right, you were looking for half plate or breastplate, yes?
Yeah. I was wondering what the prices for those might be, if you have any.
Would you mind
That
if
are
I
known
get a better
size?
look at you? You T-pose over to him. He walks over and kind of
One motion, just
picks you up like a child and yes, okay, and kind of feels your body around the clothes.
my legs kick out as I.
Be careful, picking him up like a child is his kink.
I might be able to modify. It'll take me about a day, but I could modify one of my armors currently to fit you better. I don't get a lot of gnomes in here, you understand. Yes, I could do it. For half plate, you'd be looking at around $750 for materials, and then an additional 50 to conform it to your body. For a breastplate, it'd be around 400, and then an additional 50 there as well for the adjustments to your gnomish shape.
Those are probably fair prices. They might be a little bit more than I'm willing to drop on it right now, but I'll think about it. I have some more shopping to do. This is the first place we stop. You know, I don't want to spend all my money on the first stop, so.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes,
Noted.
I have no hate for looky-loos.
Yep, it's great work. I love it. It's, just only so much money to go around, right?
Yes. Of course. And you, ma'am, you're looking for leather armor that's a bit better than what you're wearing now, yes?
Yeah, or if you have studded leather, maybe, but not like. I've heard of people doing the studded part with like bone or another material that's not forged. I'm very particular.
Yes. I do have a studded leather. I made with brass rivets instead of bone. It gives a little bit of a sheen to it.
Brass, though, I'm not really big on the whole metal thing.
Oh, you don't want metal? I thought you said you don't want.
No.
Oh, you're looking for bone. I could, if you'd like to do a custom order, it'd cost a bit more, but I could attempt to make. I do have some leathers lying around. I would just have to replace the brass rivets with a different material. Any material in particular you're looking for?
Well, what would you recommend? You're the professional.
I would
You
recommend
clearly know
brass
what you're doing.
rivets, but if you're not looking for a metal, Pain, I do have some bones left over from the chili, from the goat. I could use the goat horn to fashion the bigger studs, and then carve out a few. I could do goat bone.
I'm sure it would look fantastic.
It would be susceptible to acid damage, ruining the cohesiveness of the armor. But if you're looking for form over function,
something for just the leather armor anyway. It's got these bits of this hole in it here.
Yes, I normally the bit of string that holds certain parts together, I will lace that in a heavier metal. For protection, but if you're against metal, I absolutely could do a studded with goat instead of brass.
Unless, of course, the gods, the GM god, rules that druids can wear studded leather. I know some are picky about it.
Oh, can you not use studded leather?
I can't wear stuff with metal, specifically. So studded is kind of one of those things that GMs flip-flop on.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, are there chili studded leather purists? I didn't know this was a thing.
I've never ruled that. I know you can't wear heavier armor or like chain, but studded
I've seen it
leather
go both ways, but yeah.
But you also have stuff like dragon hide plate, like breastplate.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Can wear. Yeah.
That's interesting. You know what? Yeah, I could do studded leather for you, of course. It is a custom order. I got this whole ass goat, and minus a leg and a bit of the meat. I could just make you a custom set of studded armor using that, if you'd be down. It would be.
That.
I would have to use a lot of the hide as well for it to be cohesive, but this is possible. Also, did you know that studded leather isn't a thing? Interesting. It's a made-up thing. It was never real in our world. They made it up for D&D, and that was that. Interesting, isn't it? So we can really put whatever rules we want on it, because it's not real. So,
That's
yeah.
true.
Fuck it. I'll do your goat own studded leather, sure. But I'll have to charge you a bit extra, because this is a custom order.
Oh, how much are we talking?
It would be 45 gold. I'll charge you 90.
90. Maybe not like 80 or something like that.
You can roll a check to see if you can talk him down. Give him a persuasion.
let's see. Persuasion. I potentially could. I potentially could not. That's a 6.
Oh.
80's a bit too low for me.
Oh.
Had you rated my chili, I probably would have given you a better, but it went to the other guys, so.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I think 90 is fine. They seem to really like the chili, and Belgit, was that the? Wait, is Belgit here?
Yeah, Belga's here.
Okay, Belgit, is this the same goat with the leg?
Yeah, this is the one I almost died on, not the one I actually died on.
Oh yeah, you seem to really enjoy that goat leg. So yeah, 90 is okay.
All right, I'll get right to that. Yeah, I'm gonna make you something neat, a little custom. Put some flair in it. We'll see if you like it. 90 gold.
Now or when I pick it up?
45 now. 45 when you pick it up.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, fair. All right. Give me the money, honey.
And she'll count it back. Since it's only counting to one person, it goes a little faster.
2 minutes later. 44.
Oh, she'll take out like 10 at a
45.
time.
All right, thank you. In the future, you can just put upon. Well, anyway, you start looking for an enchanted piece of equipment, yes, to hack and slash your way through whatever may impede you.
Yeah, one of those.
Any weapon in particular? We do have a couple.
I would say either a long sword or a battle axe.
Longsword or a battle axe? Longsword, you'll be out of luck. But a battle axe, that I can do. You're looking for two-handed or one-handed?
One-handed.
I have, something a little bit special. Might be out of your price range, I'll be honest. And he walks into the back, and on one of the shelves in the back, held up by these two large curved pieces of metal, kind of displaying it, you see a battle axe that is kind of shimmering a light blue when the light hits it just right. He pulls it off, and it has this very intricate dwarven rune carving that look like these like strange lines that go around the edge of the blade. The handle is a very thick, dark leather. The hilt and the main stick, sorry, the pole of the axe, whatever the fuck that's called. Which I think it might be
the shaft.
The shaft, yes. The shaft. The hilt and the shaft are made of a very rich oak that's very dark in color. Sorry. And the part that affixes the axe to the axe itself seems to be made of some sort of dark stone, very intricately made. He says, "This is an adamantine battle axe, impervious to damage." As he places it in front of you.
That's amazing. How outside of my price range is it?
I will let you know in half a second.
4,500 gold.
4,500 gold.
Well, that was cool. No, I'm good.
I don't even know why I described it to you as he takes it and places it back on the shelf.
At least I can tell my grandchildren I saw one.
We also have he pulls at one slightly lower than that is almost identical, but it doesn't shine blue and it isn't as well made. And he picks that one up and returns to you and says, "I do have this +1 magic." No, he wouldn't say that. This enchanted battle axe was made with a very special elven steel, which I normally wouldn't use in my work. However, the mithril infused into this steel does seem to cut a little bit sharper than the other axes I have made. And he places that one in front of you.
I take a look at it.
It is as I've described.
Hmm. No, I don't think I will.
Understood. And I won't look up the price. If you're not looking for one like this, I understand. Anything else I can help you with?
Nope, that'll do it. Well, I don't know. Magic shields? Question mark.
None of those, unfortunately. Sorry, we normally just do weapons and armor.
Can do.
If you're looking for more mystical relics, I do recommend the hollowed relics in the mall.
I'll check that out. Thank you.
Of course. And, ma'am, I will see you tomorrow. Should be done sometime in the early afternoon.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Of course. Anyone else, or all good?
Sir,
Yes.
would you happen to have any magic bracers?
Unfortunately not. I am sorry. I normally just deal with weaponry and basic armors. Anything like that would be something at Hollowed Relics.
Thank you.
Of course. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. I'll probably have a different voice.
It's still you're still recovering from all the chili, right? So it'll.
Oh yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Where's your guys' next stop?
Hollowed relics.
Garrett's first stop is the apothecary.
The mall.
Apothecary.
As you guys round the corner, the bend, first time you've been in this area of the town, you notice a long pathway that diverges from the road in front of you, that is adorned with, bushes and large flags, standards which are placed in front of the building itself. And there's this large building, kind of tucked back a bit into town. Looks about to be 2 stories tall, with big wide windows in the very front, and a very large wooden door that is wide open and letting people come in and out. You see a lot of people funneling in and out of this building. It has streamers kind of hanging down from the tops and side of it. They're the same red and blue colors that the rest of Cardend is decorated with. And in big wooden letters near the top of the second floor of the shop is a sign that says Mull, M-U-L-L.
It says that right. Mull, and then it spells out
Yeah.
M-U-L-L.
So it's spelled E-M-U-Y-O-U.
As you guys
E-L,
walk
E-L.
down the pathway that leads to the mall, a bunch of kids kind of run past you, and some of them bump into you. One bumps into your leg, Bareth, and goes, "Oh, hey, yeah, sorry, sir. Didn't mean to hit you like that." And keeps running on past. Quite a bit of hustle and
I
bustle.
check my pockets.
He's placed a note in your pocket. It says, "Meet me at 9, handsome. Wink." Oh, wait, it was a kid. It wasn't a kid.
arms
It was a
did the kid
gnome.
have?
It was a gnome.
Was he attractive for a
It
gnome?
was actually me.
No, but yeah, you're good. He wasn't a pickpocket. As you
2 years in Blunderville will make you check every time.
absolutely, absolutely. As you walk into the mall, it's a little bit in the warmer side today. Outside the mall, you guys are kind of like near the beginning of autumn, as far as the seasons go. But as you walk into the mall itself, you do feel like this wave of cool air which is strange, almost as if the air inside the mall is somehow conditioned in some way to be a bit cooler than normal. You do notice a large fan at the very top. The way the mall is set up is there is 2 floors, a bottom and a top. There are 3 shops on each floor. So there's one on the right side, one on the left side, and one out in front of you. And that is the same mirrored up top. The area that you came in, the south side of the mall, is reserved for a bit of seating and those large windows. So there's no shops placed there at the moment. And there's a kind of center area where you can look up and just see a big skylight that is above on the first floor. And on the second floor, there's like a balcony that goes all the way around that lets you get to each area. There seems to be some sort of strange contraption that looks like a floating platform of sorts, using a pulley and lever system that allows people to go up
that
and
it can
down.
elevate you?
Yeah, that seems to elevate and de-elevate people, as well as a set of stairs that are enchanted to somehow move on their own. You're not really sure, but it does escalate you from the bottom to the top, and then de-escalate you from the top to the bottom, as well as a set of stairs that isn't enchanted, just in case the escalated stairs seem to break for whatever reason, which does seem to happen quite often. You're not sure why.
And
But the best
What's
part
the regular
is
set of
when they
stairs
break, they
just
turn into
broken?
stairs.
Yeah.
Stairs?
What'd
I
you
haven't
say?
seen one of these. I haven't seen one of these platforms since my family's mansion.
One of these days, you'll learn.
This reminds me of something from Helrua. This is amazing.
So the bottom floor has the apothecary to the west. To the north is hollowed relics, and I'm sorry, that's the top floor. Top floor has the sorry. Top floor has the fuck. What was the first thing I said?
Apothecary.
Apothecary.
This is all going over my head.
The top floor has the apothecary to the left, the hollowed relics to the north, so in front of you, and to the right up there is the Faithful's Forge, and at the bottom the brewery is to the left. To the right is the tea house, and in front of you is the Purity's Attire, which is the clothing store.
All the good shit's on the top. Got it.
Yeah, food court's at the bottom, obviously. Ease of access. So where is everyone heading?
Well, I want
Apothecary.
to check out the apothecary to see if I can gather up some stuff for making some healing potions for not just me, but maybe everyone. If we all want to chip in a bit,
Yes,
I might
please.
be able to
I'll take along.
take the day and do some, cooking.
How much do you need for like
Barrett, it's
6
time
of
to
my
cook.
own?
All right, where do I need to pee this time?
Wait, oh, that's not what went into those healing potions, is it?
No, that
So,
was for the
no.
frostbite.
Anyway,
Yo, Mr. Wobblebit, bitch.
Ruda's gonna go to the clothing store. I assume maybe the tailor is in the clothing store.
Yes, that's normally where tailors are.
Okay.
That
Well, I didn't
and
know if it
on
was a
this
separate-
stream.
Runa's like, the tailors just like they come to you, right?
Yeah, the tailor's in like the third bedroom on the 4th floor.
Yeah, you just stand on a small platform and T-pose, and then the
Yeah.
And
dress
then they
gets made
come.
on you.
Hmm
Uh,
My clothes just appear.
so who's going to the apothecary? Who's going to the clothier?
Apothecary.
Apothecary.
Okay, so
with-
Barrett, Wilrick, and
with the
Sylvie to the
3 of them
apothecary.
Going to the apothecary. Trell's gonna go and tag with Runa at the clothing store,
Oh,
so she's not there
I mean, I'll
alone.
go by myself.
Belgit?
Okay,
Is also going to go to the clothing store.
Interesting.
Nice.
Oh, Trell's
I
just gonna be a
wonder if
third
they
wheel.
sell. I wonder if they sell any clothes advertising fighters at the clothing store.
Okay, so
Belgit has his own interest.
Oh,
As-
okay.
as you guys split up here. Wilrick does mention if you want to give me any money so I can afford them, blah, blah, blah. So if you guys would like to part with any of your
How much
money,
do you need?
How much?
How much does Wilrick need?
Well,
Wilrick?
I don't know how much stuff costs here, but usually it's about 25 gold of materials for each potion. That's been my experience, but every place is different.
it varies from town to town, but 25 to 50 gold. 50 gold would be a high price, and 25 would be the lower price.
I'll give him 50 gold.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll give 50 as well. It seems fair.
Same.
All right. I'll let you guys know that, what it is and how much I make, and we'll figure it out.
All right,
Okay,
let's.
Player me is gonna do that later, so I remember we figure it out later. So I'll get confused now.
Oh, I already
Or do you want me to
subtracted it.
do it
on
now?
mine,
Just
so-
just subtract
I'll
50 gold
subtract
from
it
here. Yeah, do it now,
Yeah.
or you'll forget it later.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, for
I'll
sure.
add 150.
And then your taxes will get
Oh, you're
all
done.
messy, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
We don't
But-
want money to come between
Who pays
the
taxes?
party.
Very important question here. Very important question.
Yes.
Are you guys taking the elevating platform, or are you taking the escalating stairs?
Escalating stairs.
Yeah,
Wait,
elevating
is it-
platforms are boring.
Well, you're not
compared
taking it
to
because you're going to the
escalating
clothier, which is on the first floor.
stairs. Ow.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
See, I didn't listen to that part.
Barris, we can't hear you.
I'd like to take the elevating platform.
You won't regret it. It's fantastic.
So those of you who
Is
want
it
to
just
take,
open on the sides?
I like the
it's
escalator.
encased in like a square glass box, so you can see
Okay,
outside.
that seems
and
okay.
You see the rest of the, yeah. It's a big spectacle.
It's a Tensivator, right? Made by Tensor.
I don't get that joke.
Tensor's disc. The
Oh, Tensor's
Really
levitating disc. Oh, that's funny. No, actually, fuck you.
I think I saw PTSD of 10's units.
Well, I hear that he actually invented it, but another guy took the credit.
All right, you guys go
Oh,
upstairs.
Yep.
Whatever
Bye.
manner you choose, and we'll start with the apothecary group. You guys head towards the herbaceous hovel, which kind of looks like a. The front of it is like, I think it's actually called apothecary in the mall. I can't remember what it's called. It starts with an A.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, but it looks.
Abercrombie?
No. It's like a
Anthropology.
anthropology. It looks like the front of an anthropology.
Ah.
Thank you very much. So there's like a lot of exposed brick and like plants hanging out from the front. And as you enter, there's that very strong scent of herb and soap. And you notice in the back there is a woman who you have not met yet. She wasn't at the chili cook-off, or at least didn't have a chili to place in front of you. And she is about... Actually, did she? No, she didn't. She seems to be in her mid-40s. Oh, just a woman of middle age. She has short... it looks short. It's actually quite long, but it's put into a bun. Blonde hair that kind of tightly wraps into a bun in the back of her head. She has a slight little circlet going around the rim of her skull. How you say it? It's on her head. She's wearing a circlet. Her clothes look a bit Puritan in design, in that it would be what you would expect like an old-timey pilgrim to wear. However, the colors, instead of being that black and white, are green and brown. Her undershirt being brown, her dress being green. And she's walking back and forth and hanging up different dried herbs as you guys walk in. As you walk past, there's a little "Dee-doo" you hear from a magic mouth that seems to have been set up.
Welcome to.
Welcome to the herbaceous hovel, homies.
You really? Ding dong's nice, but it's not. It doesn't have branding.
She turns around and you see Ms. Helmrick, who runs the store, as you've been told. And she says, "Oh, Good to see y'all. Anything I can help y'all with today?
Hi there. I'm Wilbur Quabblebit, bit of an alchemist and dabbler in various alchemy adjacent practices.
Okay, I'm getting to know your whole name. Isn't that neat?
Yeah. It's branding. You know, you say the whole thing.
Of course. Yep.
Willy Wobbles for short.
Now we're
but,
on a nickname basis. Let's keep this going, me and you.
I was looking for some various herbs that and spices that could be used to make some healing potions.
Healing herbs.
You know, healing herbs.
Supplies. I do sell the potions outright.
Sure. I'd be curious how much those are too.
Right. Yep. We sell them for 45 gold a bottle for the potions. If you're looking to make your own, now normally I charge about 35 gold for just the raw materials, the healing herbs, the fortifier needed to bond the solution. But if you're able to buy in bulk, like if you want to buy 10, I could do it for 300, knock 5 gold off that price for each one.
All right.
Same with if you don't want to make them yourself, I could sell you bulk healing potions for 400 for 10 as well. So you save 100 if you want to do it yourself, but if you're in any sort of rush.
Sure. DM check here.
Yes.
For making them outside of tragedy happening, are there going to be like skill checks, losses, that kind of stuff?
There's like 1 or 2 skill checks in general. You can't critically fail a skill check.
Sure.
So I'm not gonna like destroy your entire batch. It just might take a bit longer.
Sure, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like, 300 and it's all gone. You know.
Yep.
Okay.
Gareth passes you 50.
Yeah. When
did you hear what he said? He's giving me 50 gold.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just want to make sure.
so I add the 50.
Yeah.
And I run. I just
That bastard's going to the Bahamas.
That seems pretty good. We're still shopping. I know that some of my friends wanted to talk about some other stuff. So maybe if we're getting a bigger order, maybe we can even talk a little bit more about pricing for the whole thing.
Of course, yeah. I'm very accommodating that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do your old calculations. I know. Us chemistry types, we got to make sure everything all spick span.
Balance that equation.
Of course. And you, miss, the ghostly pale one that is staring daggers at me and everyone else in this establishment.
Sylvie, I think he means you.
Calming tea. You mean like a
You're not there.
like a lavender or a?
Look at.
He yells that from down there.
Yeah. Just.
I have an affliction that makes me cranky, and I need to take that away with tea.
Interesting. We do have a special blend of spices that we do, spices and herbs that we use for those who end up infected with blood fever to kind of calm the symptoms until we can get it out of them. I could give you that. It's a little bit more expensive, but how many are you looking for?
It doesn't have anything to do with what they do in the church, right?
I personally am associated with the church. Yeah, I run their apothecary if that's an issue, but I'm sorry, I'm not really sure what you're asking.
Will it hurt?
It won't taste great. And I've never hurt anyone with this concoction before.
How much?
It's gonna be 40 gold pieces.
For how much?
That would be for one serving.
Is there anything less potent that you can give me for less?
Roll persuasion. See if you can
Okay.
do a little bit of haggling.
How about a 9?
Ooh, I forgot you have a -1.
Yeah.
I mean, I could give you I can give you half. I can give you half serving for 20. I'm not sure if it would do the job all that well, but you know, it's like taking half your medicine. You know, it might do something.
I guess I'll just take one full dose for 40.
Of course, you know what? I'll tell you
Third.
what. I'll do it for you for 35. We'll take 5 off. You look like you really need it. Maybe a bit more if you had that persuasion check, but let me. She kind of goes in the back and she grabs this very large pouch. Sylvie, you're a halfling, so this might work for 2 servings for you, just because of your size, and you are small, and this is meant for a medium, so I'm sure that might work. She hands it to you. She says, hey, if you want, you might be able to source some of this stuff yourself if you're out there, in case you ever need something like this again.
Okay. Write me a list.
Yeah, it's really 2 main ingredients that are the harder to find. And then, but it's lavender, white lily of the valley, and then Sylvanus tears, which are a type of blue flower that tend to poke up every now and then in wooded areas. You'll notice what they are because they always tend to have a bit of a dewdrop.
New lavender would work.
Okay. Do you have any water?
Just saying it to myself.
Hot water.
Yeah, I can get you a bit of hot water.
She hands over her teacup.
Oh, okay.
With blood splatters upon it.
I'll just fill this up.
Yeah.
While I'm doing this, while I'm doing this, anything else you want, my tall devilish friend?
My friend here. Yeah. Do you want to let her know?
Long from Chile. Help.
He said he met a hot guy from Chile.
Yes, but also his lungs are burned.
From Chile.
Burned lung from Chile. Oh, burned lung from Chile. Why don't you say so? Here you go, miss. And she hands you a piping hot cup of tea, Sylvie.
Okay.
Burned lung from Chile.
Drink.
Yeah, I got an aerosol spray. Have you ever done one of these? And she holds up, she goes grab something really quickly. She holds up what looks like a little gas ball, that's enclosed in like a glass sphere. You ever done one of these? Right, uncork it, suck it down, breathe as hard as you can. Okay. It's gonna be 15 gold. You okay with that? All right, catch. She hands it to you.
So, all right. I
Gareth will immediately take it.
It tastes a little bit like citrus. Gareth, it's a nice little flavor going down.
You hit that hard.
And immediately you feel the effects as your lungs seem to be purified of whatever was damaging them earlier.
Hello? Oh, thank gods.
Sylvie, your tea tastes like death, by the way. Like corpse
Great.
rot.
I love it.
Oh, that feels good. What all's in that?
A little bit
Oh,
of, yeah, we use a little bit of magical herb and then other magical herb, and then we aerosol it using a slap chop.
Willie, take some notes. You could probably make something like this.
Slap chop.
Here's notes on how I might. No, actually, this is a home recipe.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you that secret.
Yeah. So, how about I was thinking about the bulk. You know, there's a lot of work that does go into it. I do like the work doing the work myself, but you know, maybe $275 for 10 sets of herbs and stabilizers for healing potions.
Give me persuasion.
It's the 9 persuasion day.
It really is.
Now, if I may, Willie.
Sure.
Oh, look at
Madam-
you sound all. You'll sound all fancy now that you. Now that your lungs are big. Look at you. Like I'm talking to a prince.
I know, quite a far cry from burning lung. It's true. Now, I do have to ask, how often, I wonder, do you get bulk orders for these materials? Hmm?
Actually, a lot more often than you might think. You may have seen some of our people going here and there across the high forest. We do pilgrimages every now and then. We do tend to do some bulk order, but that's with the church specifically, so I'm not really compensated for that. They just pay for the materials. But I do tend to do bulk orders every now and then.
Yeah, we did.
So, how
we
many
did
bulk orders have you had from Chili Festival judges?
Roll persuasion. Roll first. I'll give you one more because that was a good point to bring up. It's gonna be a 9 though.
It is a 9.
Holy shit!
Wow.
Oh no, this doesn't bode well.
Suddenly she in German says 9.
9.
Damn.
Well, hot dog. I didn't know y'all did you were the judges. I actually couldn't make it to the chili cook-off. Church had me working on something themselves. Though I did get a couple tastes of. Y'all try that Modron chili? Ooh, that was good. One of my personal favorites.
Moldron chili. I got to try that. It was surprisingly tasty.
It
A
was
bit
to
on the
die
oily
for.
side.
You're not.
But-
Yeah,
Greasy 5.
I believe one of our
Surprisingly
friends.
tasty, but quite oily, I'm afraid.
Well, yeah.
Now,
That's,
if you want a real chili, the dwarven traditional chili, that was hands down the best basic level chili at the cook-off. Didn't have anything super special, didn't overdo anything in any particular areas. Wonderful flavors. That's what you want to get your hands on.
interesting. I never thought about that. You know what? How about I do this? I won't give you the 10 for 275, but I'll give you 8 for 225. How about that?
Do that math real quick.
Sure, yeah. I think that's pretty good. 8 for 225?
I think that
Or-
works, right?
Or you said 8 for 220 or 225?
Oh wait, I think I gave you too much of a discount. It should be
That's-
240.
Done.
You said 220.
I did say 225. Ah, fuck it. Yeah, 8 for 225.
Whatever.
Yeah, you can have it. You can have it.
Wilrick deftly pulls out and stacks up 25, 25, 25. You know, lines them up next to each other like chips at a casino, and there you go.
Oh yeah, that works. No, that works. I did the right thing. 225 works. Yeah. All right. Fantastic. Let me go get you that. and she heads into the back for like a minute, and then she comes back out. She has a large sack, probably about 2 feet tall and like a foot wide. And she's like, all right, you know how to make this, right? She hands you the sack.
I assume the normal way. Is there anything special about this that I should know about?
No, but do me a favor and grab 2 solvents from the shelf to your right there, and it's the kind of red color you see. That's
All right,
yeah.
that one right there.
Yeah, you'll need 2
okay.
for a batch this big.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
I grab them.
Anything else I can help y'all with?
I'd like to buy a potion if I may.
Of course, yeah. Go on ahead. 45 gold is what I said, I think.
That is what you said. How's the tea, Sylvie?
Bad.
Yep.
Right. Do you have any suggestions on adding a little bit of flavor to it so it doesn't taste so bad?
Well, unfortunately, Lily of the Valley does taste like a bug has crawled into it and died about 10 years ago. So
It's literally poison.
yeah.
So.
Nope.
Would you like me to make your cup smell better?
No.
I don't want to be rude, but you're starting to stink up the place with that chili, with that tea.
I'll just gulp it down.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you guys can stay as long as you want. Want to hang out?
Sorry, you single?
Well, thank you for the tea and the supplies and the spray. Delightful.
Are there any other special things that you might have in inventory? Any kind of potions or whatever outside of normal healing potions?
Yeah, we have a lot. Anything we got antidotes. I got a wrapping that you can put on your eyes in case you get blind. It'll cure blindness in just a tick. About 6 seconds.
That's a nice turn.
If you got drains at home, I got a liquid you can pour down that.
How much for the blindness wrapping?
Blindness wraps will be 25 gold piece each.
I think I'll grab one of those. I think I know a dwarf who, in a pinch, might want to use that. It's probably not bad to have one.
She reaches up on one of her shelves and pulls down a small jar, and in it you see like a linen wrapping that's submerged in some sort of liquid. She says, "Okay, you got to make sure you keep the liquid in there because liquid is what does it. You just wrap it around your head. After about 6 seconds, or enough time for a certain number of other people to move, it should it should remove any blindness you might be afflicted with."
All right.
This is not permanent blindness. It can cure temporary blindness. Just so you know.
If applied through some kind of gotcha.
If your eyes get poked out, ain't no helping you. All right, go ahead and take that.
Yeah. All right. I want my money back. All right.
Oh. Thank you for your time.
Right, yeah. Thank you.
All right. Almighty be with y'all. Be blessed.
Be blessed.
You too. Have a fantastic day. Thank you so much.
I will. Time to get back to making napalm. Meanwhile, downstairs, as you guys enter the clothier would look like an Abercrombie or a Hollister. It's a bit darker inside than it should be. There's that scent of cologne in the air. And as you
like a Cardenian eagle?
Yeah, like a Cardenian eagle.
Oh, what's the name of the shop again? Sorry.
Which one? The clothing shop? Or the Herbaceous Hovel is the
yeah, I got Herbaceous Hovel.
Purity's Attire.
I don't have the Purity's Attire.
Purity's Attire.
Sounds like they'd have Christian rock on in the store.
There's a lot of sweater vests in there. In fact, when you walk in, there are a lot of vests made of wool, a couple bit of leather pants, some denim pants that have been stitched together, because that is a thing I think would exist. You know, a variety of very clean, well-pressed linens, as well as cloth. Not cloth, I'm sorry, cotton made outfits, which is a rarity for you guys for sure. Certain places have a cloth and linen blend that seems to be a bit more sturdy than your normal fancy outfit. They have cloaks, they have capes, different hats adorn this place. Again, it is a little bit darker in here than outside for some reason, kind of set the ambiance. And as you walk in, there is a man wearing a hat with a bit of a feather poking out the back of it. The feathers as striped brown and black. The cap is kind of like a, you know, one of those bowler hats and has the thing sticking out of it. He's dressed to the nines, a very nice wool coat, black pants, dress shoes. His laces are noticeably white. And this is the man who did serve you guys the beef brisket chili, which I only think Belgit had to taste. I don't know if.
Yeah, I didn't get the chance.
I don't think we had it. We didn't get. Oh, because
Yeah.
we got the
Yeah,
sister.
You got the squid ink.
Yeah, it
Yep.
was a Tops chili, so Belgit's the only one over there that had it.
Yeah, Belgit really liked it.
As you guys enter, there is a bing bong.
Also, me in real life probably would have really liked it, looking at the ingredient list.
Do you remember his name, or should I remind you of it?
Yes, hang on.
Yes. Remind me of his name.
Sam, right?
Lucas Sam's right, yeah.
Sam's right.
Lucas Sam
Oh, I
Wright.
remember the last
Sam
name.
Wright.
Okay.
Lucas turns around and says, "Well, hey there. How can I help y'all find people tonight? Today. It's the day. Tonight. This morning.
It's night in here.
I wear my
Runa
sunglasses.
feels right at home in the darkened Abercrombie clothing store. And she'll go right up to him and say, hello, Mr. Lucas, correct?
I see my reputation does precede me. And might I say, the pigment of your skin is quite delightful. Oh my, were you born like that, or was this a magical spell cast upon you?
Oh, thank you so much. Nope, I am all natural. Thank you for not describing me as a grape.
That's it. That's what I was trying to think of. Very grape.
Now, I believe you made some delightful chili yesterday. I think my friend Belgit can attest to that. I am wondering if your talents extend to repairing a jacket?
Well, let me see the damage item, and I can tell you what magics I can weave.
All right, she'll hand it over and say, it does have some sentimental value.
Almighty be praised. Did you get in a fight with a salamander? What?
No, I got into a fight with someone else's chili.
Oh yeah, she just went up in flames. It was something.
You see his eyes like kind of bulge for a second. He looks at this, and he says, meet me around the counter. And he goes around and places it on the counter and takes a good look. You see him touch the side of his ear, and tucked behind his hair was like a little earpiece that kind of slides down, and a magnifying glass, almost like a microscope or telescoping lens pops out, and he uses his eye to look, and he says, oh, yeah, see, the problem you got here is the stitching got ruined. I'm gonna have to re-stitch this whole thing. We also need to find this might be hard for me to fix. Are you sure you don't want just a new one?
Is there any way you could incorporate part of the old one into a jacket that's more put together?
He picks it up, and a little bit of ash falls, and there's just gaping holes from the fire. And he goes, well, bigger miracles have happened. I could use the buttons from this one. Those seem to be largely, actually the buttons here are quite nice. This looks like a mixture of onyx and oxbone. That's I'm sorry, who designed this jacket? This is actually quite beautiful.
Does Runa know who designed it?
Yes.
Is it Mary?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was just something Mary picked out for her. Runa will say, an old friend who passed recently, but who definitely had a flair for fashion.
Well,
See now why it's
we've
important to me.
we've definitely lost a good one. Yeah, I could take these buttons and sew them onto your new piece if you'd like to look around and pick something out.
That sounds good. Do you have anything that looks a little bit like this jacket? Similar style?
We do have large coats like this. However, this seems more like one you would use to conceal some sort of large weapon upon your side, which we don't normally do. I have some pea coats. They're not as long as this, but that might work. They'd be a bit heavy. You'd get a bit hot, but I'm assuming you might have been hot in this as well.
Do you have anything magical?
I do, if you've got the money for it.
I might.
I do have.
She knows she doesn't. But...
You're gonna make me do this anyway.
Well, I want to see what Runa can get. We'll try.
I do have a. It's more of a robe than a coat, but I do have a robe that does make you a bit harder to grab a hold of, if you understand what I'm saying.
Oh, that sounds like it'd be incredibly helpful. How is that made?
He goes into the back and brings out a large wooden box and then slides the top lid off. The box is very well made. It looks like it's mahogany or something. Inside is a robe that glistens with different green and blue shimmers. It looks like it's made of some sort of velvet or silk. And as he pulls it up, you notice the stitching is all made of gold and silver, so the whole thing just kind of pops. But as he tries to pull it out, it kind of like slips out of his grasp for a second. He goes, "Oh, this damn thing." And then he pulls it up. It takes two of his hands to kind of show it to you. And he says, "This is a silken robe inlaced with a bit of mithril." And then apparently it was enchanted to make it a bit harder for weapons or people to grab the person wearing it. It was used actually by a dear friend of mine that unfortunately passed a few years ago. He would wear it up and down the coast to make sure no ruffians really got a hold of him. A piece like this would...
like some... Sorry, go ahead.
A piece like this would go for about 475 gold.
Sounds like
that's
something
new.
that...
Would you-
She's gonna shoot a look to Trell like, "Shut up, I'm working here."
What did you say, Trell?
She's like, well, that price was new. But then if Runa's glaring at her, she's gonna go, look at the rack of sweater vests that look so exciting and great that are over there.
Runa will, refocus her attention back on the thing. It is beautiful, and it reminds me of something that my late friend may also have wanted to see. They really had a knack for style. Would you mind if I tried it on?
A piece like this, while you could try it on, does require a bit more effort to wear, if that makes sense.
Oh, sure. I would have to wear it for a long time in order for it to work.
Yeah, you kind of
Gotcha.
understand.
Okay.
But you may
just
of
kinda wanted
course
to see what it looks
yeah, you
like.
may of course try it on. I'm just saying you
Okay.
might not feel.
I understand it won't work.
Yeah.
Yes, it won't work correctly.
He scoops up from under, and it's really kind of like slipping and sliding like wet spaghetti out of his hand. He's like, oh shit, help me out with this, will you?
She's gonna do her best to like snake into it and try and keep it on.
Big guy, can you help me with this thing? And he moves over to you, Belgin.
Okay.
Belgin, you try to grab it, it's also like it's like slime. Just every time you try to get a grab, it slips out.
But also imagine he has like these really big, bulky, fat, like sausage fingers. Also, so like it's even worse.
Eventually, we do get it pinned enough for you to slip your hands into it, and it feels very good, very light and airy.
Oh my. Well, this is wonderful. I would love to take this. Unfortunately, I don't know that I have quite that much gold. Any chance for a discount, especially if maybe I threw in a couple of those buttons that you like?
Roll persuasion. Because you wouldn't put the button on the roll.
Come on, 9. No, like for him to have to put on other things. Yeah.
You roll a 9, I swear to God.
No, but I rolled an 11.
Jeez, with a +7 even.
With a +7.
Well,
Okay, so what were the last two rolls? What were the last two rolls we had?
Oh, it's 9/11.
Oh no!
It costs more now in remembrance. Yeah, he looks at you and says, "You know what? You got about 20 buttons there. I'd buy each of them off you for about a gold each. So I could knock 20 gold off that price, give you it for 455."
I'm so sorry. I would love to take this and give it the honor it deserves of traveling up and down the coast again. I don't have that much.
Well, we're stuck in the woods because it's cursed, but yeah.
Yeah, well, eventually we'll get out of here.
I'm sure
right?
there's a lake or something that you can walk along that might have a coast. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the honor of trying it on. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yes, perhaps I will go with one of the more typical coats, and if there's anything that is a little less magical but still magical, I would love to hear.
There's a lot of that. Let's do the fucking trouble of doing this shit now as we try to take it off you.
Hey, Runa. Runa, come take a look at this over here by me real quick.
Okay.
She's like looking at
go over
seeing,
by
like,
Trow while they
Belgin
put
and-
while they wrestle the thing
Belgin
back
and
in.
Lucas
She's
is
gonna
trying
go.
to get it back in the pot.
Oh yeah, you just leave, so it just kind of goes whoosh.
Oh shit.
I just walk away and it just falls right to the ground. Yeah.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah.
Do you need some? I have some extra if you want some gold.
That's a lot of gold, Trow.
I mean, how much do you have?
You have 255 gold.
Motherfucker, you made me do that. You have 255 gold.
I didn't
you
know
made
how
me
much it
do
was
the
gonna
goddamn
be.
RP of doing that.
You love RP.
You and fucking Belkit. If one,
I coulda rolled,
if
like-
one more of you make me RP a fucking magical item and don't buy it, rocks will fall and the party will die.
I could have rolled a 27 persuasion. Who knows?
Wait, so
Get 50% off. Could have happened. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
is it
Troll.
you really want it though?
I mean, of course. Wouldn't you? It's gorgeous. It would potentially keep me
Troll
from
has
getting
her-
hurt.
Troll House
Which-
has her coin pouch out, and she's gonna start counting out in stacks of 10.
Save some of those spell slots from having to heal me all the time.
Yeah. Oh, she's counting the gold out for you.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like
how much?
she runs out of room in one hand when she has like 30 coins, and here you go, and starts over with the next 30 and so forth. She'll give you 200.
It would literally be all the gold that I have to buy that one thing.
There's also another magic shop you guys haven't been to as well. This is a note.
Yeah. I'm thinking Trell, thank you so much. Maybe we'll go check out the other shop, but if not, maybe we'll come back here. But I think I should. I think I should make the impulse buy.
Give him the hard shop. Say we'll think about it, and then leave and come back, and we'll see if he gives a better deal as you're like heading out. Is that a thing that happens sometimes?
Nope.
That's so noble of you, Trell. Runa will go back and say basically that I'm gonna look around. I do want to have something that's gonna work, but I likely will be back to buy some sort of coat before the end of the day.
Belgit and Lucas have just gotten it back in the box.
And Trell actually comes over as they're putting it in the box and goes, "What type of silk is that?"
Buy it and figure it out. Slams it shut.
I mean, I was considering it, but I don't
silk.
want to buy
It's
silk.
it's silk. It's silkworm. There's really only one type of silk. As he picks it
Yeah,
up.
but the quality, I wouldn't want to buy subpar silk. Like sometimes the weave just isn't quite right.
Oh, I'm not gonna do this anymore if you're not gonna buy it.
Okay.
We're not gonna waste our time with the thing you're not gonna buy.
Trying to make her buy it at a
Trell's-
lower price.
Yeah. Lucas, thank you so much. I'll be back a little later. I'm gonna mull in the mall about which jacket I want to buy.
Okay, if you don't mind, I'll keep your, I won't even call this a jacket, the ruined remnants of cloth that you were wearing, and I'll take the time to remove the buttons, and as you're leaving, you can have them back, yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds good. Thank you so much, Lucas.
Of course, thanks for wasting my time.
Welcome.
Oh wait, I didn't
It
ask.
might be worth it.
Any of the rest of you want something, or was that?
Yeah, I think Belgit did.
He wants one of those sweater vests.
Yeah.
Do you want the Mormon attire?
You want that special underwear?
Magic underwear hanging out.
You never know.
Runa
You never
sighs in
know.
relief.
Wait,
that maybe
do
he
you?
won't sleep naked anymore.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, ask. I can't.
No, yeah, he gets an outfit.
What kind of outfit are you picking up?
Sort of crop top.
Why would they have crop tops?
They wouldn't have crop tops. It's all very religious attire.
Oh, that's
there
true,
is
yeah.
what I would call the Mormon look, which is a wool vest that has the seal of the Almighty on it, the upside down triangle with the circle in it. It also has a cotton long sleeve shirt and what looks like dark leather pants that you would wear in this just full ensemble.
Yeah, he'll take it.
All right, you're getting one of our pilgrimage packages. Wonderful. Yeah, the whole thing, it's gonna be 5 gold for the vest, 10 for the pants, and 3 for the shirt. So 18 gold total.
Okay.
Wonderful. Cha-ching. Would you like to try it on?
No, I think I'll try it on some other time.
All right, that was strange. All right, I'll see you later. At which point you guys all meet up now.
It was
back in-
strange. I asked about something, then I bought it.
With really no muss or fuss. You guys all meet back up at the entrance to the mall at this point. Wilrick holding his bag and...
Well, did we want to peek and ask about every single item in the hollowed relics?
Definitely.
Yeah, let's do that.
100%, absolutely.
There could be anything in there. It's miscellaneously defined.
Also, I want to go to the
Bears?
the craft shop that's outside before we go, okay, you guys?
What were we saying, Bears?
Okay.
I do feel as though we should inspect the hollowed
Hollowed relics, yeah, that's what he's talking about.
relics. I'm curious to meet someone that actually owns even a partial deck of many things. I thought it was just a myth.
So upstairs in the center in the northern wall of the mall, there is what looks like a
What's a mall?
mall.
Oh.
It's just a regional accent thing.
Oh, okay.
There is a store that the front of it is not as fancy as the others. There's a plain window that looks a little bit cracked in points, and it's kind of dirty, and then a strong oaken door that is locked with a, or not, it's just closed, with a with like a wrought iron grate over an opening that someone can open and be like, oh, hello, you know.
Is there an anime poster in the window?
No. No. No, nothing like that. And next to that is just a simple sign that just says hollowed relics.
Walk on in.
Okay.
Yeah, go in.
You
I thought maybe we had to knock. It's a door, you know.
Yeah, I gave you a door.
Shop.
I'm just worried about how you're gonna. You
I
open
start
it.
picking.
You open it, and inside it's a bit darker. This area doesn't get a lot of natural light, and it's mostly lit by candlelight inside of lanterns that are hung about. And the first thing you notice is as you enter, there's just a couple rows of goods that are kind of piled on these tables in there. All manner of things. There's also different bits and baubles hanging from the ceiling. Different books are piled in the corner. There's a whole area with just a bunch of scrolls that are like jammed into what looks like a makeshift bookcase. And back in the rear of the shop is Reynard Sado, who is currently face deep in a book, reading it very intently. But what you do see is his very unique hair, which is a little bit of gray hair on the top that kind of curves into like a crescent moon, and the rest of his head seems to be somewhat bald.
I love
Hi there.
your hair, sir.
As opposed to the other shops, there is no ring
Yeah.
when you walk in, and he notices you and puts his book down and marks his spot. And as he puts it down, you notice he also has a beard that is also white and also curves into what looks like a somewhat crescent moon shape. So his head kind of looks like if you looked at him sideways, it would be one full crescent moon.
Ah, another being of the lunar type. Luna says.
I'm sure that I have no idea what you're talking about. Welcome.
Oh.
To my establishment,
Hello.
the Hollowed Relic. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Well, we're new in town. We're of the adventuring type, and recently got a little extra coin from judging the chili contest yesterday, and just wanted to check out and see what you might have. Looking for things that might be useful to wear to help protect us, or things that we might be able to use to help us fight off things that might be trying to hurt us.
Interesting. You're new in town? Well, I don't keep a stock of inventory. What you see is what you see. So feel free to peruse, and if you have any idea of something a bit more in particular, I might be able to help you find it.
All right.
Are all of you in here?
Oh yeah.
Yes. I
Yes.
think so.
Yeah.
As you all pile in, there's, you kind of kick up dust as you walk in. This place doesn't seem to get as much traffic as the rest of the area. If you were looking for something in particular, I'll have you roll a perception check for that. If you'd just like to wander around, feel free to do that as well.
I can't just
I
ask.
have a couple.
What'd you say?
I can't just ask the guy.
If you have an item in particular you want to ask about, you absolutely can.
Okay. Do you have any bracers? Magic bracers that I could look at?
Magic bracers. Perhaps not bracers, but I do have a set of gauntlets that could do a similar job if you're looking for that.
What would they do?
Well, do let me show you as he steps up for his first time. And he's been sitting on a stool he's seated on a stool since you walked in, but as he stands up, you wonder when he's going to stop rising, as he is quite a bit taller than you expected. His legs extremely long and lanky. And while he is a bit of a twig of a man, he seems to stand at almost 7 foot tall. As he looks over here, and he kind of takes one of his big long legs. His torso is a bit smaller in comparison. He just steps over the counter towards you, Sylvie. As like a spider kind of hunched, he walks through his store, and with one of his big long arms, he reaches into one of the piles and pulls out a pair of gauntlets and places them dangling in front of you with his hand. He says, "Grim gauntlets, taken from a fallen fortune teller. Quite intriguing indeed," as he places them in front of you on the counter.
They look nice. What benefit can I get from them?
The woman I took them off of, it was said that during combat she could sometimes see the enemy's moves after a certain amount of time. Quite interesting.
Okay, how much?
Oh, for something like this, interesting. I couldn't part with it for anything less than 350 gold pieces.
Are you sure?
I will ask for a little bit more effort.
She's got 8 charisma.
No way.
How? That is effort.
Are you sure?
What about 250?
Roll a persuasion check, and we'll see how this goes.
Okay.
That was a little bit better.
How about it?
9.
I'll meet
It's
you.
slowly getting better.
I'll meet you in the middle. I'll give it to you for 300 gold pieces. As he picks them up and dangles them with his long fingers.
Okay.
Tell you what, you can try before you buy. How about that?
I would like that. That would be great.
Wonderful. Hold these for me, will you? And as you hold them, he picks you up. And now you're hovering about 6 feet off the ground, which is kind of new for you. As he puts you in, there's a bunch of boxes in cages hanging from the ceiling. And with one of his arms, he unlatches it about 9 feet off the ground, places you inside this cage, and closes it. He says, "Put them on and close your eyes."
Okay. In the cage?
Yep.
Why the cage?
As you close your eyes, the rest of you notice Sylvie just disappear. And Sylvie, for a brief second, you're standing in front of a small kobold. And with the gloves on, in combat, you feel that every time you might take damage, every time you do take damage, the gloves seem to gain a charge. So this kobold seems to punch you a couple times for 1 damage each. And then once you've been hit 3 times, you get this sensation in you, and you can roll a d4 for me really quick.
A D4 for you really quick. A 4.
Great. So with evens, you can see in the future, and with odds, you can see into the past. So with evens, you're going to get advantage on your next dexterity save or next attack to better hit someone.
And if I see into the past, do I get advantage on like wisdom stuff?
Yeah, it's a different save for that.
Great. Thank you.
Yep. And you can use that anytime.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be when you get hit. If you see in the past, you get advantage on history checks and wisdom saves. If you see into the future, it's ability saves and dexterity saves and attack rolls.
Okay.
You open your
Yeah,
eyes again
okay.
and you're back in the cage. And you all see a as Sylvie reappears in there. So, how did you like it? As his long limbs grab you once again from the cage and put you back on the floor.
I don't understand how it works, but I want them.
300 and they're yours.
300 it is.
Wonderful.
Will you take 30 platinum instead?
Of course.
Great.
Anything but Electrum.
Right. Just saying.
Who uses that?
As you hand him your money, he takes all the gold pieces and put them in different jars that he has around the back of his shop where his little corner is, and you hear the ting 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 as they all go in. And he turns to the rest of you as his inhuman body seems to spin at 180 degrees where his waist is without having his legs not face you, Sylvie. If you want to add those, they're the Grim Gauntlets of the Fortune Teller.
Yeah, I have a small problem.
What is
Looking
the
at
issue?
this item, it says that it can be attuned only by a bard, druid, sorcerer, warlock, or wizard.
Ignore that. My fault. It was I made it using another thing as a placeholder. I just needed gloves in general. So yeah, ignore that. I'll fix it, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else need some help?
Yeah, I'm just browsing. What do you got?
I mean, if you can think of something specific, he can help you. If not, you need to roll.
Okay.
Don't know if this is specific enough, but that's a player issue.
Okay.
Perhaps the DM could call me into specificity, but Kiz would like Runa to ask if there are any items that would like heal her when she takes damage.
That would be a potion. You can get that at the apothecary next door.
Okay, there's no items that do that.
Not here. You do the weird
Thank you,
here,
sir.
not the wonderful, if that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Not so wondrous, huh? I know I've heard of some like necklaces that that help if you're in big trouble and starting to die. That's nothing like that.
Unfortunately not.
All right.
No necklaces of fireball either, in case you're wondering.
Oh, no.
Anything shadowy?
Shadowy.
You know, for flavor.
I do have this. And he reaches into one of the piles and pulls out what looks like a small pickaxe. What Belgit you would recognize as a war pick. He said, I do have this. In the center of it, there is what looks like a raven's eye, and it's actually moving and watching you guys as he pulls it out. It's called the Magpie's Eye and Claw. He hands it to you, Runa. And Runa, what color are your eyes?
They are gray and they turn black when I do magic.
As you hold it, that yellow raven eye turns gray to match your eye, and you feel the weapon get a bit. It feels like it vibrates with what I can only describe as like a thunderous power. He then takes it from you and he hands it to Belgit in the corner, who he can reach all the way across the store using his extremely long limbs. Belgit, what color are your eyes?
Brown.
As you hold it, you notice the eye turns brown, and the pick begins to drip with what looks like acid.
Hmm.
A very interesting weapon. It can also do this, and he holds it in front of him and he whispers a word into it, and with a big poof of smoke, the weapon becomes what looks like a glowing black raven that perches on his shoulder. And he whispers something into the raven's ear, and it flies over to Wilric, and in your ear, Wilric, you hear, "Raw! You should buy it, raw!" And then it vanishes again and then reforms on his shoulder into the weapon, which he then grabs.
How much?
This one would be 400 gold pieces.
That's more than I got.
Now, did that seem like a crow? I know it was a raven, but did it sound kind of like a crow saying caw?
This is a little bit of a player question.
Mm-hmm.
Would an item like that be something like if Runa were to buy it, she would be proficient in using it?
Yes. Yes, it is. It gives you
Really?
the proficiency in war picks
Wow.
when you wield it.
Okay.
Mhm. There are a lot of very cool items in here, just saying.
Yeah.
No
That's,
kidding.
is there anything that a crow would specifically point us towards? Sir? That he thinks is so cool that he would want to explain it during the game?
Are you interested in weapons?
Some of my friends might be.
What color eyes do you have,
So
Trill?
I'm interested in hearing.
Oh, they're like very, very dark gray.
Same thing. Anyone have eyes that we haven't done yet?
Yellow?
Yeah, we can do yellow. Hold this for me, will you, friend? As he hands it to you, it starts sparking with lightning, and the eye turns yellow in the center. It seems to be your eye, by the way. He says, "I do have something a bit interesting. If any of you are a bit more naughty," and he reaches far into the back of the shop, kind of like hanging on the wall. It looks like it's hanging like one of those slap toys that you would have that like look like a slimy lizard paw that you would like slap against something
The
and
hand
pull.
that-
Yeah. He when he pulls the weapon off, it has that kind of consistency as it releases, and then it goes back into a very short form. So to describe it, is it resembles kind of this sickly grayish teal tongue that looks to be about 2 feet in length, and it's attached to this stone handle. And he holds it like this, and he says, "Are any of you strong of stomach?"
Well,
Runa
Trell
towards
finished all the
door.
chili.
Yeah.
She is the
I
chili
guess
champion.
Which
I
one's
did finish all
Trell?
the chili. It's me. Hi.
And you, with a flick of his hand, the tongue extends up to 10 feet, slaps onto you, and it sticks to you. And you feel it
I'm gonna
pull you
scream.
forward.
I scream.
And he pulls you straight to him. And he says, "Oh, sorry about that." As he pulls
would
it
you
off of
do
you.
that?
This is a very special item I found in the hands of a Yanti. It's called Total Lick. The interesting thing about it is I myself cannot use a whip, but when I wield this, I am able to do it with quite dexterous movements. Whoosh! And he hits one of his items on the shelf, which is like a little gong, and he pulls it to him with ease. I can even tend to lift myself at times.
Whip up
you
to
hit
something
me
and
with
pull
it?
yourself to it.
Mm-hmm. It takes a bit of effort for myself to pull up, but it seems to attach itself to whatever it hits. Only if you want. Other times it leaves quite a deadly sting.
Trell's gonna check herself real quick, making sure.
Yeah, you're okay. He didn't damage you.
What's the price on that one?
Hey, this one's going to be a little bit more expensive. Running at another 400 pieces of gold.
Do you have? It's an interesting item, but I don't think it's quite right for me. Do you happen to have anything that's useful? Or sure.
As a note, really quickly, just before we go past it.
Yeah.
It is one-handed. To attack with it requires two hands, and it works as a whip does. And you will be proficient in whips. It is a +1 weapon.
Pretty good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Player caca for like Runa. These items are pretty good, pretty good and reasonably priced and interesting. But for
Thank you. Appreciate. I think I.
But
Runa's looking out the window to go back to the clothing store.
I'm more of the
all the stuff in here is freaking her out.
I'm more of the arcane type. I'm looking for something. I often run out of steam, and I'm looking for something to give me a little more endurance with casting, where I can, maybe get some extra spells out, especially if there's anything that can affect creatures in an area around me or anything like that.
You might be looking to suck and blow, perhaps.
Ooh, I do like that. I do like that.
As he reaches into a corner and pulls out what looks like a handheld.
My money bag's on.
He pulls out what looks like a wooden handheld dirt devil vacuum. And as he pulls it up, he says, "This one's quite interesting. Made by a wizard named Hoover about 100 years ago in the 1200 DRs. He made quite a few of them, and they were famous with housewives, but never got past that. However, they did have a bit of a defect. You see, what was meant to clean a household was in fact quite deadly. We heard lots of rumors of women accidentally killing their husbands with this. Allow me to demonstrate." And as he whips it in a bit of a manner, and it starts sucking, and it pulls one of the chairs off of the floor and into it. And he says, "Any of you have good reactions, reflexes?"
Sylvie
Not
does.
me.
Yeah.
Do me a favor and ready yourself. And he hits a button, and the chair comes flying at you, Sylvie, with a good amount of speed. However, you should be able to just deflect.
Can I dodge it?
Yeah, you can deflect missiles if you want.
Oh, okay.
But it would
What's the
do
damage?
it would do 2d4 damage. I'm not gonna have you actually take damage, but
I can reduce it by a d10 plus 6, so
yeah, we'll say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
You're able to catch it, but you do catch it. It did come with a bit of force. You could do that up to 7 times a day, or if you'd like to go a bit harder, you can make this baby really blow. And he whispers the spell "gust of wind," and you feel a big as a big blast of wind hits you right in the face, Sylvie and Wilrick, who's standing behind Sylvie at this point. And if you really want to, you can blow your whole load. If you have enough items in here, it kind of backs up, and you can fire them all at once in a large area, hitting everything in between. Some poor woman got her husband and kids with that one. Quite gruesome. This is in fact the one that did it.
wow.
Is there provenance on that claim?
It's a bit defective, I will I will say. I will warn you, if ever using it, there is a slight chance it might backfire, but why would that ever happen? Due to the defect, I'd part with this one for 250 gold pieces.
225, you said, huh?
Ooh, a salesman. Tell you what, give me a better flash of them cum gutters, and you got it, baby. If only I could collect those. 225 and it's
I
yours.
gotta go.
All right. I'm sold. 225 for the second blow.
The Hoover Hummer. Go ahead and grab it.
All right.
Does require attunement.
Sure.
Anytime you use blow, blow hard, or blow load, roll a d20 on a 1. There is a malfunction.
It's essentially a wand.
Yes. Very interestingly, though, the blow hard channels gust of wind, but it channels it from the wand, right?
Okay.
So with your other hands, you can cast another spell or do other things. So
Okay,
very
if I-
uniquely, this can double concentrate spell. As long as it is in your hand and you're using it, it will maintain the concentration of gust of wind.
Okay, so I could drop the shield or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Uh-oh.
You could blast lavender scent
I
on
crashed.
everyone.
oh, okay.
Oh,
But I'm still with you. Oh, we're back. We're back.
Okay.
We're back.
All right.
hey.
Okay. So what's the item? The Hoover Hummer or something?
The Hoover Hummer.
I didn't see it. I probably have to enable homebrew items or something. I'll add it. I'll add it.
Yeah, I'll make sure you
Not
guys
gonna
get
worry.
the things you buy.
Yep. Not worried about it. All right. I bought it.
Wonderful. There is a couple other things, I think.
Yeah, Trell's just gonna kind of wander around and see if anything like calls to her.
There are also your standard bit of items here. You can also sell things to him, by the way. You do have a couple items that are on you, if you'd like to attempt that.
This might be a fun guy for Relodithus to spy on.
Hey.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sure. Pull out the whatever it's called, the ring of sending and spying. And say, there's this ring. It's ring of sending. It's useful for talking long distance.
It would be a ring of sending and scrying.
And scrying.
Yeah.
I wanted spying because whatever.
Okay, yeah. I'm letting you know.
Yeah. Ring of sending and scrying.
Yeah. Ooh, let me get a look at that. Interesting make here as he reaches over and picks it up, giving it a good look over. Interesting. The stonework in this is impeccable. I can't help but notice its similarity to the one you're wearing, my deviled friend.
The stonework of the ring he's examining?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm sure. It's similar in some ways.
Are they part of a set? I would truly like a collection.
Well, I don't believe that these particular rings are part of the same set. But that ring, I'm sure, has another ring just like it out there somewhere.
Would you allow me to inspect yours?
Sure, why not?
As he pulls it off your finger. And what about you, my dwarven friend? You have one as well, if I'm not mistaken.
I have a pardon?
Your stonecutter ring.
You have a stonecutter ring.
Oh yes, and I give him the ring. Well, I show him the ring.
Interesting. Would you mind if
I'll
I
just
looked at
hand it
that
over.
as well?
Sure.
He holds them up and heads back into his little hovel. Places them on the table, and you see him wave his hands in front of it as he goes, Identis. Very interesting. Yes, the blue one gave me. is indeed a ring of sending and scrying. Do you know who the recipient is, by any chance?
I do.
Interesting. Now, these two other ones, same make and same design. I would say you bought them all from the same craftsman, yes?
That would be very interesting to know. We do not.
Well, I would say
Never
it was
really
the
thought
same.
about it.
I would say it was the same person who made these rings.
Hmm.
These are also rings of sending, which I'm sure you're aware of.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Out of curiosity, when he said the blue one, was he referring to, in fact, the purple one, which would be Runa?
Wilric was the one who gave him the ring of sending and scrying.
Ah.
It really could be any of us at this point.
Yeah, a lot of you are. Dark blue is Bareth, grape is Runa, blue is Wilric.
I just had gust of wind cast on me, so I just got blue.
You blew.
I
you
blew
got
myself.
What I
I
could
blew
do,
I
everyone.
cast Chaos Bolt on Wilric.
if you're willing to part with all three of them, I could remove the enchantment and create a set among them. Or if you're willing to part with just one, I could do the same that way. That way I don't have to find the other person's. That makes sense. By itself, the ring of scrying and sending is useless, but if I could pair one of your other rings, and seeing as they are of the same make, it would be possible.
Alas, I don't believe changing the enchantment that's on my ring is a good idea.
Oh, a shame. Perhaps another enchanted ring you guys might have on you. As long as there is a bit of magic, I could do wonders with it.
I'll
Well,
bring out the
now that
ring
you
that
mention
I've
it.
had the entire time.
The ring of Avernus.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, would you mind if I take another look at that?
Sure, go for it.
Another of a similar make. And you say you're not sure where you got these?
We're not sure who made them.
4 rings of the same craftsman, and you all have them, is quite interesting. I won't
The
pry.
Avernus ring? Is the same craftsman as well?
With this one with the dark ore, yes. Made of brimstone.
I believe we have one more ring among us that maybe we want to know if it's also the same make. I believe Barrett
That
has
ring
it.
wouldn't be.
Do
Would
all
it?
of you guys just have rings?
Nope. I'll show him the. That ring wouldn't be because we know where it came from. I'll show him the.
We know where we got it.
Oh, a little
We don't know where it came
tchotchke.
from. Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Oh, this one's interesting. Where'd you get this one?
From a school
These
teacher.
were all gifts.
And you're willing to part with this?
No, I just wanted to know if it was made the same as the other ones.
Oh, no. This seems like it was a family heirloom enchanted to keep someone safe. Quite powerful. I'd be willing to part with this. If you're willing to part with it, I'll do 500 gold.
Can you tell me if that ring does anything else?
I assumed you would know what it does.
Well, when I was young and stupid, I was given the ring and did not ask the person who gave it to me what it did.
He wraps his arm around the ring. Identis. Perhaps best if I show you. With a flash of his hand, he casts silent image, and you see if you're wearing the ring, and you see this image of a strong paladin get shot down by arrows and die. Should one's life fade, You see the arrows pull out of them, and he stands back up. The ring shatters, and they are fully back to normal. And you see the paladin image keep fighting. Should you fall in battle, it will take the place of your life.
Interesting.
Is there any reason that wouldn't work?
No.
It's if you die, Runa.
Ah, sorry.
What did you think this did?
Player Kiss thought that you could use it to cast Spare the Dying.
Oh,
Did
yes.
No, it would automatically do Spare the Dying on you.
A secondary effect. A small cantrip.
A secondary effect has hit the.
So it's a Strength of the Grave ring as well as... Basically?
It's a ring of revival. If you were to die with this ring on, which you guys did not know, you would come back to life at full health.
Cool.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I think we're gonna hang on to that.
Oh,
one.
no givesies backsies.
Uh-huh.
Oh, me want. 500 gold. Oh, she's been silenced. Oh no. She can't
Was that
speak.
your
no.
doing, shopkeeper?
Now we can hear you.
He really wants
Yeah.
the ring. No, I mean, I appreciate the information.
All right,
about
600.
the ring.
600 gold pieces. I'll part with it for you.
Runa's gonna shoot a look to her party members.
Actually, no. Trell fucked off down one of the aisles, so she's not.
Would you allow us to think it over?
I would, but I'm not sure when you'll be back in this shop because there's other things to do and this has taken a while. And also, you guys wanted to end a little bit early today, so I'm just trying to speed things up. And if you want to take some time,
That's
fine.
I think we should buy it.
Sell it.
We're not
Sell it.
buying it. We're selling it.
Yeah, that.
No.
The opposite of what I said, but what I actually meant was sell it.
All right. If you won't sell
No.
it, I could take the brimstone ring and your ring of sending and scrying and make them a pair for myself. I would give you 500 for the two of these.
I have a question before you do that, if you
Of
don't
course.
mind.
Yes.
This ring, here, this brimstone ring,
Yes, the one I'm holding.
seems
I'll
to
hand
still-
it to you now so you can do your thing.
it seems to still be functioning. However, from what we know of this ring, where the messages go are outside of the forest. How is that possible?
Interesting. Would you allow me to take a closer look?
By all means.
I'll need someone's blood. Anyone's willing to give?
Mine is probably the most appropriate.
Sylvie immediately.
Sylvie's not offering her own, just a jar.
I keep
grabs
some
her-
for special purposes.
He grabs your hands, and one of his fingernails is extraordinarily long and quite sharp as he slits your palm and puts the ring in your palm and squeezes. And he says, repeat after me. Identis. I repeat after Identis, you, Aerith. I say.
Oh, I wasn't sure of Identis.
Well, you could say it with a bit more flair, but that's fine. He holds it up. and says,
Identis.
I feel like you should keep this ring. I don't think I want anything to do with it, after all.
What did you see?
Perhaps the magic is waned or broken over time.
You were interested and now you're not. That means you saw something about it.
Where did you acquire this item?
Wasn't it from a crate?
Oh, it was in Fievel, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in Fievel. It was on the mayor.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
It was on the body of somebody that seemed to have made a deal with the devil, so to speak.
Not a devil, my friend. A slotty.
Arcana check.
What'd you call us?
Does Che know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
15.
If you might want to say something if you want, Che, regarding the slot, you can. Otherwise, I'll.
If only we had our history checks.
Well, they're
Oh,
chaotic
is that
evil
history?
frog
No,
creatures.
I don't know.
Yeah, they are
Essentially.
chaotic. They are chaotic evil frog creatures. They are somewhat extra planar devil frogs, basically.
Yeah, they're
who-
super fun.
They're really fun, and they reproduce by turning other people into slots. They are, if there is anything more evil than a demon, it would be a slot. They are incredibly dangerous, and a major threat.
Well,
Also
the worst part is they're not even evil. They're just chaotic. They're just destruction.
Well,
They're just,
some of them are chaotic.
Yeah.
However, the recipient of this would be a death slod. Do you know much about death slods, my friend?
I don't know.
Sound good.
Do we?
No.
Sylvie doesn't.
I
I mean, if
think
it was a
you guys
life slot, maybe it'd be okay, but
know. And
Slods, I'm like, oh, maybe Barrett knows something about that. A specific type? Probably not.
Death slods are different than the regular slotty in that they can take the form of their former host. It could be anyone. It could be me. Incredibly powerful, insanely deadly, able to be anyone or anybody. But if the owner of this was
I'll
dead,
hand
then
that-
I will buy it and remove the curse, and we should be fine. 500 gold.
Well, that's very interesting to know. That ring you've been wearing has so much history. Elliot.
yeah, it does.
He put it on and attuned to it instantly.
Yes, please make it go away.
Of course. Here's 500. And you do promise that this is the recipient, the holder of it was dead, yes?
Very.
We'll put it in my haversack of holding for now, but when I feel a bit safer, I'm sure. And you don't want to sell the Ring of Revival?
No, I would very much like that back, please.
Nah, sell it. I mean, that way we all get something from it.
Rune is gonna kick Belgit.
Wilbrick,
Barrett hands it back to Runa.
Yeah, you can have it back.
Thank you, sir.
Anything else you'd
Wilbrick-
like to buy while you're here?
Wilbrick nudges Bareth and like taps his head just a little bit.
I see. Mind speak time. What can I do for you, Willie? In mind speak.
Yeah, this is in our head. Is the slod really dead from that ring? We just found it, right?
The person who was wearing it was dead, but unfortunately, Belgit immediately put it on afterwards. So, technically,
Whoopsie.
even though he didn't make any sort of contract with the slod, it is possible that Belgit is the target of the slod. and he's technically the owner of the ring now. Which is also why, as a reminder, Willie, if you find a magic item, always identify it before putting it on.
I just don't
You
want
knew
this
that.
person to, this is a pretty nice town.
Oh, I don't think anything bad's going to happen to him.
All right.
We'll see.
I'm more concerned about what's going to happen to Belgit at some point.
At some point.
Probably
Once
heart
the
failure if
Slod
I had to
finds
guess.
that it's no longer receiving any information from the person that was wearing the ring.
All right. Can I make a, I don't
Do you have
know,
anything
weapon?
to defend against slots? I'm kidding.
I mean, I can hit it really hard.
The tongue whip might be cool. Little frog on frog action. Called Froggy style.
Total lick.
I hate that.
A froggy slot. Ribbit, 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 ribbit.
Would anyone else like to buy any of the items I've stated? The Magpie Iron Claw or the Total Lick?
We got some extra funds now, so
Yeah, 500 extra. I think they were both
Trail's good.
both 400.
Would anyone like to donate to the Runa Needs a New Jacket Fund? Trail has already given quite a bit.
I'm already like a fifth of the way to that adamantine axe, is the way I view it.
Cool. Just asking.
I would not save for the adamantium axe. I will say that. These items are good, especially for the people here that do not have good attacks. This does help with your attack, specifically.
Oh, the whip.
Both of them. They're
Yeah.
both
Or,
plus
yeah.
1 items.
Well, others are considering. I had a couple of questions. Besides those questions, though, I suppose I'm looking for something that may assist in accuracy. I've been having trouble hitting the broadside of a barn recently with my magic, and it's quite vexing.
Besides weapons that seem to hit their targets a bit easier, I'm afraid I don't have anything like that.
Fair enough. Anything that is helpful with defense, then? Something light that's not armor? Perhaps a ring or a amulet?
A ring of protection I do have, but outside your price range, I would think 1,000 gold pieces
perhaps.
per.
I see. Well, I'm not interested in too much else that I can think of, unless you can think of something that a traveling devil man warlock might find useful.
There's a lot of use with the Magpie Iron Claw, is what I'll say. Its secondary ability
really
is
want
quite
that.
impressive. Oh, Sylvie wants it?
Yeah.
If you want
I
to
don't
return
have
to
any,
gloves,
like-
if you want to return to gloves, you can, and you can get that instead.
I really wanted Sylvie to get the tongue thing and just be like flopping herself all over the place.
I don't think
Spider-Man everywhere.
is a whip a monk
Yeah.
weapon.
Yeah.
It can be.
Okay.
It actually would be more appropriate than the war pick, but
I don't know. I was looking at the war pick.
You guys should have the money for it, amongst all of you.
Is
How much
anyone
is the magpie?
interested in the...
They're 400 each without haggling.
Oh, what a bitch.
What does the war
Anyone
pick do? One more time.
Depending on your eye color, it'll change the damage it does. It is a +1 weapon, and on top of that, once a day you can turn it into a. I hear a cat.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Once per long rest, the bearer can use an action to transform the weapon into a magical raven that can deliver a message to anyone in a 50-mile radius, provided the bearer knows their name and face. When the raven returns, it reverts into its weapon form. Should the bird die en route, it reverts into weapon form and unattunes from the bearer. The message must be told to the bird in 25 words or less. The recipient may reply.
So it's sending,
Tweets.
but the bird actually flies, and if it dies, it turns into, it just drops.
Yeah, so don't send it into a war zone, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like one of the messengers of Odin.
Yes.
And how much is it?
400 gold.
I'll take it.
And it's 1d8 piercing plus 1.
Yeah. Well, does anyone have any objections for donating the 500 we just received for the rings towards the pickaxe, especially since Belgit gave up his prized ring of dubiousness?
Yeah, I was able to cast Firebolt with that thing, is what I've been using it for 2 years.
It is what you've been using it for 2 years.
Oh yeah.
To light things
Good
on
trade-off.
fire.
Good trade-off.
And
Good
Bilbo used his
trade-off.
ring to turn invisible.
How much money did you have before the 500, Belgit? Well, where did the 500 go was the question. Is it just in the ether right now?
I assumed I had it because I gave up the ring.
Yeah.
I would assume he had it or it was in the ether, one of the two.
Okay, have you
waiting
already
for
added it to your total,
flies.
Belgit?
Hell yeah, I have.
Okay. Yeah, you can buy the war pick. Magpies.
Sweet. I buy the war pick.
Magpie's Iron Claw for you. The pick of the pick, by the way, does look like a crow talon.
Sweet.
Enjoy. Requires attunement. By the way, you need to stare at the weapon for an hour for it to properly work.
Can do.
And it stares right back at you.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a weird night in the Belgit Runa room.
Bird pick, bird pick.
I stare at it in solidarity, but like not in the eye, so I don't screw up his attunement.
Sylvie was interested in the whip.
No, I was interested in the war pick.
Oh, you want the war pick? Okay.
I don't want the whip. I want a new weapon, but I don't want a whip.
Yeah, the whip is plus one bonus to attack, and all damage done by it is acidic. It also has the attribute of sticky. If you hit an object or creature that is not fixed in place and under 15 pounds, you can choose to pull it 10 feet closer to you. Target is a creature, it can make a contested strength check to resist against being pulled. If the target is an object, it is automatically pulled unless it's too heavy or attached to something else. You can also pull yourself 10 feet to the target, an object, or an area that your whip is attached to.
Yeah. I don't. No, thank you.
Anyone else or no?
The whip?
Yep.
Wilric's
No.
getting itchy to start cooking.
Yeah,
Runa
we're
wants to go get her jacket.
pushing
Yeah,
pushing
so-
time.
I do have a couple of questions for you, if you wouldn't mind, sir.
Sure. Does Trell want to go to sleep?
A little bit. So she will help Runa buy the robe.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe Runa and Trell are gonna go back to the clothier.
Yeah, you guys can go back and buy the robe. Yeah, we won't have
Yes,
to.
I'll give you the 200 to do that.
One quick question before I buy the robe.
Yeah.
I would have wanted to ask if there was any like curse or anything like that on the robe as well.
No, he wouldn't say you curse on him. It is just gonna be a cloak of evasion. It adds +1 to your AC. That's all.
Love it.
Okay.
And it looks cool.
Yep. Bareth, questions?
Yes. So, it's my understanding that at the chili cook-off, one of the prizes being offered is a pull from a magical deck that you were providing.
Yes, the deck of many things. One of my recent additions. Seems one can find just about anything in the woods these days, doesn't it? Would you like a pool?
I was about to. Well, perhaps, but I was about to ask how you came across such a thing.
Oh, a good question. I travel from town to town in a bit of a cart, you see. Sometimes you see the strangest things on the side of the road these days. Tell you what, you want to have a bit of fun? He reaches back into his little hovel, and he pulls out a wooden and carved little box. He slides the top open, and inside you can feel the energy in the room change as these cards are revealed. And you see very intricate cards, made of a very thick stock and paper. Seem to be decorated in a series of different golds and blues and silvers. Tell you what, 5 copper. I'll let you draw a card.
5 copper, jeez.
5 copper.
5 copper.
How about a silver? And you finish telling me where you got the deck first.
I'll tell you where I got it if you pick a card.
Do it.
Sure.
Do it.
Are you
Do
serious?
it.
Oh, okay. This is how we end the stream tonight, bro.
I swear, if you get teleported into a random magic object somewhere in Simon's face.
What an end it would be.
I have to do something because I have to pick them. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop streaming to you guys on Discord. Okay.
Oh, sure. Go.
I don't think I was listening the whole time to the music.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually
Realized
forgot.
9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16.
There are some such good ones, depending upon which deck, too.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oh. Okay, I have the 3 removed. There are 13 cards in this deck.
Oh boy.
How do you want to do this?
Well, first, tell me more about how you got the deck.
Oh, it's after you draw.
I give him.
It is after you
After
draw.
you draw.
You pull the card
Yep.
first, and then he'll tell you.
Oh, I have to draw first. Okay.
Yep.
Bro.
And depending on what happens, may have to tell you it all.
I guess that's true. Well, what do you
swear,
want me
you
to
die
do? Do you
before
want me to
you
roll a
tell Troll.
die? Do you want?
It's
Damn
1
book.
through 13. How do we do that?
Yeah, there's no 13-sided die.
I mean,
Not on D&D Beyond. man.
yeah, fuck.
Yes,
I mean,
there-
a deck of cards is 13 cards, right? For one suit.
yeah. Yes. Ace through king is 13.
Ace through king is 13. Do you have a deck of cards with you? He does. Oh shit.
Oh, no.
Oh my god. All right.
I think you have to draw it face down,
All right.
hold it up to the camera first.
Yeah,
Give
draw
me a
it.
moment.
Get 13 cards, give him
So
your hand.
don't look at it.
Give him a shuffle.
Let me get a suit first. So funny enough, while we're waiting for me to get these, this is a deck of cards from the Magic Castle,
Oh shit. If there was ever a more apt deck.
Academy of Magical Arts.
Ooh.
So it is doubly.
It's all
unappropriate.
aces. It's like a trick deck.
So this is very clearly
Yep.
no tricks.
Give it a shuffle.
Spade. Good answer. Good answer.
Holy shit. I can't believe we're doing this.
Wait, does everyone already know what everything means when he pulls it, except for me?
No,
It's hard
I
to
don't know
memorize.
what everything means.
It's hard to memorize all of them. I
Right.
think they know of some of the bigger ones.
All right.
There are some
So it's just like
really
everyone's
good
gonna
ones.
go. Everyone's gonna
Or
go
you want
soft,
these
and I'm
to
gonna
be
be like,
one.
huh?
Yeah, this
here's
could
what-
either be.
Here's what you do, okay? Draw from the top, show us, don't look, and then I'll just tell you what it is, okay?
Okay.
Just look at our facial reactions when you're.
I have the list.
Well, my
Oh,
eyes are
you
closed.
couldn't
so
see
I
it,
can't
yeah.
See anything.
Yeah, you couldn't see it. Yeah.
All right, so I've been shuffling the deck.
So just you know what I'm doing. I'm doing 2 is the lowest, and then it goes all the way to 13 in
Well,
number. So 2 is 1, and then ace is 13.
Well, normally ace is one.
Yeah,
on,
but ace is cool.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Ace is cool.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. All right.
Look how we all lean closer.
It's not an 8 or a 2 then.
Holy shit. Will everyone please... Wow.
I'm
Okay,
still my eyes
so-
are still closed. So,
So I'm going to start streaming again.
let me know when I can open them.
Actually, I'll put it on stream so you guys can see it. Which
All right.
one it ended up
Oh
picking.
no.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
What is this? A stream for ants? Oh. Oh.
All right, Mizuno.
Hang on, I'm not there yet.
Yep.
Oh,
drew-
fuck.
You drew the 6 of spades. Are you ready?
Oh boy.
Reality's fabric unravels and spins anew, allowing you to avoid or erase one event as if it never happened. You can use this card's magic as soon as you draw the card or any other time before you die. You get to change one event that's happened. That is... I got goosebumps, bro. That's like one of the best cards you can draw.
It's basically
It's a more
wish
powerful
for
wish.
undoing
Yeah.
for undoing with no monkey's paw.
Now draw another card.
as you draw the card, Bareth, you feel the energy of the room begin to crack and shake as a blistering white light seems to crackle around you as reality is somewhat undone until it's just you and Rowan standing there on this floating bit of wood as he holds the deck in front of you, and you see that you've drawn the card, the Fates. Instantly, your past, your present, and your future all become one tangible line that you can reach inside of and pick. The question is that Rowan asks you. He says, a single point in past or future. What do you choose? If you choose future, I'll have you just say that you pick a point that you can see in the future, and at any point you can then do what you're doing. If you pick past, we'll tell me what it is, and then next session we'll see what happens.
I feel as though this is a good place to end the session.
Oh, you bitch.
Because if I change something in the past, it could potentially change everything.
if we're gonna do that, you have to tell me. Give me time because I'll have to prep that.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm saying this is a really good point to just.
What
Stop.
a fucking cliffhanger.
Wow,
We will
what a
end
card.
there. Holy shit. What a draw. By the way, had we done what Wilrick was saying and it was aces won, you would have drawn the flames, where a powerful devil becomes your enemy and ruins and plagues your life.
Wow.
Oh man.
I mean, they're it's like, basically the same.
I give you a
Shocking end of the
50-50
campaign right
deck,
there.
by the way. I give you a 50. I took out 3 cards that would have just ruined everything, and then gave you a 50-50 good and bad deck. That is actually crazy. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
What a cliffhanger.
Amazing.
Wow. I cannot believe
Tune in
this.
next week.
Yeah, you have to tune in next week to see what the fuck this is gonna do.
As Barrett draws the retcon card.
Wow.
But actually, this is how it could have happened.
Yeah.
It's the clue card.
Yeah.
Barrett uses it to win the chili contest.
No, he doesn't.
To survive.
He doesn't
the chili.
choose to win it. He chooses to actually have cast the Eldritch Blast with that lady.
He kills her. This is actually I'm blown away by what you might do. This is insane.
Oof.
The amount of things
Is
that
it
you could.
specifically his past or anything in the past?
It's any event in the past or future.
He's going to go
Literally.
prevent Paul McCartney from being assassinated in the 70s.
Actually, yes, that's what we're doing. Paul McCartney.
We're saving
come
Paul
on back, buddy.
McCartney.
Paul McCartney? You mean John Lennon? Or
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No.
They know Paul
There's a
because
reason there was
Paul
that
is dead.
entire
Paul
conspiracy
is
theory
dead.
about
Yeah.
Paul. Yeah.
That is a crazy amount of power to have. That is a crazy amount of power to have when you have a crazy ghost man living inside of you as well. So I'm very interested in how this is going to play out.
oof.
Interesting.
Me too.
That
Wow.
is-
That'll be session, everybody. You do not miss next week's, because holy shit, I cannot wait till Tuesday. Thanks to our players for playing. Thanks to all of you for watching. It means a lot to us. Hope you enjoyed that shopping session with just a fuck you cliffhanger out of goddamn nowhere. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Bye, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Good night, you
Bye.
guys.
Bye.